Are you
What
kidding me?
happened?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's just me recording. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just pull it off Twitch later.
Okay.
Um, yeah, there's some driver because I all my streams I have it recorded,
Hmm.
right? But for some reason it's not writing to it. But let me know if you see if I'm live. Looks like I am live.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll just give a moment for people to come join us. Okay. So what do you, Tim and Toshi?
Yes.
What do you think in terms of how the Great League format will compare with Ultra League?
Um, I think for sure there's a different choices that
I I think it's a meta that people are a lot more familiar with,
right.
which is nice. Well, it's good and it's bad. We saw a lot of in the Ultra League one. We saw a lot of interesting matchups that we weren't really sure, and I think it added an element of surprise. Whereas with Great League, we're a lot more familiar with the matchups. But I definitely think it's a really vibrant meta, and I'm really curious to see what everyone brings to it. I also think that people have more things made for Great League, so you'll see a lot more a lot more depth, which is nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely agree.
for sure. I think we'll definitely see a lot more bigger runs because, like, I think for the most part we saw like a few 3-0 runs, right? And then we obviously Aaron, the defending champion, went on a 4-0 run to
Right,
win the
right.
competition, which is super exciting, and using a lot of really interesting picks. But I think because the pool is so deep, then in Great League we'll definitely see like a lot more viable options. So I think it should be pretty interesting, and yeah, we'll see if like if these competitors obviously they probably watched the first stream if they develop some strategies on what team you should be using in terms of like how OP should your team be to challenge, and then while you're king, how do you spread out, like how long of a run do you want to make, or do you want to just pick
Right.
up
Yep.
pick up some earlier points and then not expect to as long as a run.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't we, in terms of the rules, for those that are not familiar with the rules, so the king, the person who's going to be streaming, will be streaming their games, and then the king will earn 1 point for every victory. Um, First in line will challenge the king. The loser will go to the back of the line. This time I'll do it properly. And then if the king cannot use the same Pokemon in that particular reign as king, including the challengers. But once they lose, they have the option to use any Pokemon that they want uniquely again once they go up to the challenge. And winner is whoever has the most points at the end of the stream. So, okay, well, when we get started, first up, I'm gonna mute myself, and I'll let Toshi and Tim take it from here.
All right, guys. Looking forward to a good stream. First up's going to be Aaron, and are we going to start with the battles now, Tim?
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So Aaron is sending.
Aaron's locking in with Registeel, Skarmory, and Swampert. Very key line.
Yeah, it's a
What?
very strong meta line. I really like the Registeel Skarmory pair because Skarmory will beat a lot of the things that counter Reggie, other than I guess Fire, which is not really popular. Might run into
Hmm.
some Marowak problems, but that's what Swampert's there for.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess, well, Swampert, and then that's it, right? Like you'll lose that fire counter, and
Yep.
then he's gonna have a hard time coming back, um, if if that is the case.
Yeah. A lot of the Pokemon that beat Reggie are fighters, and Skarmory's pretty good against them. Also the Mud Boys. So
Right.
um, it'll be interesting to see what Hal locks in with.
Okay, so we got Reggie
Yep.
into the Azumarill lead.
This is a
Um,
fairly neutral matchup. Reggie needs to land two Flash Cannons and then get a lot of lock on damage on top of that. Flash Cannon does like 40% or so.
yeah.
And Azumarill can win if it lands a Hydro Pump, but if it gets the
Hmm.
first Hydro Pump shielded, it's going to be a rough go of it.
Yeah. Um, so no shield. I believe Azumarill does win this. It like in the if it uses both shields, right?
I think I think right.
There's the Hydro Pump. Okay.
Now
Shield
this
from
point,
Hydro.
when I play this as a Zoomer, I typically don't shield from this point out because I think you can either burn a shield on the next charge move, or you can win this because you get to an Ice Beam before the next Flash Cannon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what he does. This is probably
So
an
this Ice Beam won't kill. It'll bring it really low, and then he has a.
The subsequent
Oh, it's a
bubble would
play
kill.
room.
Oh, it's a play room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow.
Okay. Brings in the Skarmory.
Now,
Farm down.
This is not a terrible position because he got 3 air slashes of energy here. He did lose
Mhm.
switch advantage, but that energy is going to be nice. And there comes the Marowak.
Right. Comes in with the Sky Attack. This will do a decent amount of damage. Probably there's a shield. Okay.
This isn't
Marowak.
that terrible. This isn't that terrible for Skarmory because the Marowak needs to land Shadow Balls. The Fire Spin's enough, and the Sky Attacks are going to chunk.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
the no
there's
shield
the
there
Shadow Ball.
definitely hurt.
Yeah. Oh, there's this Swampert. Does have
This matchup was changed a lot by the fact that Hydro Cannon now does less because you need to land an extra Hydro Cannon to win, but he has an
Mhm.
extra shield, so it'll be.
Yeah. So shields the Sky Attack. So many notifications. Trying to get this land the second Hydro Cannon.
He needs to make sure to beat the Skarmory with enough energy to get a Hydro Cannon pretty quickly. And the thing about Swampert is it's so good because the energy generates so quickly. Like I would probably overcharge by at least 3 mud shots before
Yeah.
beating the Skarmory. Otherwise, because he's in KO range with Shadow Ball, like
Yeah.
I would have probably done another mud shot here. But he still got to it, so that'll be
Yep.
GG's. It looks like. Swampert can be so overpowering if you give it an energy or a shield lead because those Hydro Cannons just come out so fast.
Yeah, that's what makes it a very dangerous switch in.
Yep,
a lot of teams.
for sure. It's almost at a Hydro Cannon before you can counter switch, and unless you have a grass Pokemon in the back, it's really hard to beat. I'm really curious to see what people run as charge moves on this because typically, you run Earthquake, but in Azumarill heavy metas, I see a lot of Sludge Waves. I actually run Sludge Wave too, just because it can almost one-shot in Azumarill and flip that matchup. So I'd be curious to see what movesets we see. I don't remember. Did you notice what that Swampert had on?
That Swampert had Sludge.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
All right, so now Aaron just got 1 point, so he's currently in the lead, and the next challenger is going to be Caleb. And okay, so yeah, Aaron is just waiting for Caleb to clear some space, and they're gonna add each other and then send.
Yep.
And I'm really curious to see what Aaron is going to use now that he can't use those 3 Pokemon.
yeah, so now without the Registeel, we still have a Zoomer top person to be using.
And I bet he used Skarmory in game 1 so that he'd have Altaria ready for game 2. Which is a good strategy. You don't want to use your 3 best Pokemon all in the first game because then if you win, you're in trouble the next game. And with the variety of Great League, with 3 or 4 viable of each kind of type, it's a lot easier to stagger them. Like use Skarmory Swampert game 1, and then you got Altaria, Whiscash game 2.
Yeah.
So I'd guess we'll see an Altaria in this game, although who knows.
Well, if you notice, Aaron just swapped his Azumarill out as best buddy and brought in Sableye. So I would be interested to see if he brings Sableye into this match because it's now best buddy.
I'd imagine that'd be the only reason why you would do it. If you want to bring in the Sableye, which will be so you're gonna bring What's in Meganium? Man,
Yeah.
this guy loves his shinies.
Oh my god, look at all those shiny. He only uses shinies in PvP.
That is some commitment. Oh, I didn't even see what he locked in.
I think he locked in a Haunter and Altaria game.
Okay, so I was right about the Altaria, and I'm surprised he didn't use Sableye if he was going to Best Buddy. I guess maybe Haunter is so good.
Some mind games for his competitors.
The thing is, though, I thought it looked like he led Haunter, and I don't know. I love Haunter as a switch-in because it's so dynamic. If you get like a 3 Shadow Claw lead, you're already at a Shadow Ball. You can get 2 off against almost everything.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see how he uses it. Because it can really flip a matchup if you bait or don't bait. There are a lot of different play styles you can run with Haunter.
Okay, here we go.
Right,
Haunter versus Altaria.
Altaria.
So Altaria does chunk away with his Dragon. Oh man, I don't know how he's gonna play out this one.
Haunter,
Charge up to the Shadow.
Yeah, a Shadow Ball will almost KO. So it depends if Altaria shields this, it can farm down.
Yeah.
So it'll all depend on whether Altaria thinks he's
Oh,
baiting.
Altaria does not shield.
See? That is how you play this. Play that.
And he switches out. Meganium's gonna tank this, not tank it. Shield the Sky Attack.
This is a
Wow.
very interesting strat.
Cutting with an Infernape with a Fire Spin. Oh goodness. Okay. The Meganium did not go up to an Earthquake, so this is a quick frenzy. Still chunks is a lot, even though
he definitely should have charged out a little bit more to try and get the shield.
Yeah.
At this point, probably just gonna let it go. That was a weird use of Meganium, I feel like.
Last burn the Meganium. Okay, I expect
Altaria, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It's gonna resist those fire spins and just chunk it away.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I know the other Altaria wasn't fainted. I don't know if it was.
No, it did not faint. It probably had like 1 HP left. And oh my god, their Superior.
This is not a good situation to be in.
No, that Superior doesn't have Frenzy Plant, but it does have Altaria. Yeah. Aerial Ace does nothing. Shield it just in case, but it's pretty much over. That Altaria is now gone. And then just farm down. Don't even worry about getting another charge. Yeah.
That was a really interesting team. Infernape and Superior. Wow.
Comes the Aerial Ace. Oh my goodness. Yeah. GG's.
He still has a Azumarill to play with. He still has Whiscash. He still has Sableye. So this is why it's going to be interesting. If you go on a real run in Great League, you still have a lot of options. The 3rd and 4th game in.
Yeah. So Aaron still king, now takes 2 points. Next up is Nico, I believe.
Yep, it's Nico. Yep. And I'm really curious to see what Pokemon Nico brings. It almost looked like Caleb was saving his best Pokemon in case. Oh, did he? Yeah. So it looks like Aaron just sent to the wrong person, but it looks like he's Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. There are a lot of picks. Now he's gonna come in with the Sableye.
Now there's the Sableye. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just so impressed by this whole shiny.
I'm kind of jealous. I'm like,
doesn't have
man.
many high ranks, but hey, get that flex in every game.
Okay, so Alolan Muck, Whiscash,
and Sableye. Honestly, I like that team. Oh, wait.
Oh, didn't send. Okay, that's the resend.
Yep. All right, so he's resending now. Locking in with the same team. It's a little bit weak to Meganium, which has win conditions against all three of those Pokemon.
Yeah.
Especially assuming that the Muck has Snarl, but it they're all also very flexible Pokemon. You know, Sableye is a very good generalist, so I imagine that line will give them a lot of flexibility. They're all fairly safe. I guess we're gonna see how he plays it, and we're gonna see what it'll all depend on what Nico brings. If Nico doesn't bring a grass Pokemon, this could be a really good match for Aaron.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the Shift Tree.
And there's a grass Pokemon. This is
Yeah.
gonna be rough.
Okay.
Shift
So
Tree pretty
I'd farm just
reliably
a little
wins.
bit. Yeah.
I don't think
And
you can switch out of this. Because if you do, if you switch
you,
out of this, then he switches out of the Shift Tree, and then there's nothing in the back to beat it.
yeah, I would try and use I would try and use some shields just to win this matchup.
Yeah, I would either try and win it, or try and just burn a shield with a power gem like he's doing now, and then just let Muck handle it in the back.
Yeah,
Because there's nothing that the Sableye can do right now.
right. That Sableye is so loaded on energy. It's one of the Pokemon where you're like, oh, he probably doesn't have energy for a move, and yet he does somehow.
Right. And if the Shiftry was smart and he was counting, he should have over farmed a little bit, because it's so easy to over farm with Shiftry. I'd imagine he's probably, if I was counting right, I imagine he's probably one away from another Leaf Blade.
Yeah.
Man, Shiftry is just so good.
Okay, so here comes the Leaf Blade. Still resistant from Alolan Muck, but still takes a damage. And here comes the Swampert.
And
Counter switches to Whiscash.
Which is
Oh,
very
this is
smart.
yeah. I would probably shield this. Oh, and it's an earthquake. Oh, he definitely
Wow.
shield that.
Yeah.
He needs to land the blizzard here in order to have a chance.
Yep. And
here comes a Hydro Cannon that he has to shield. You do not want the Alolan Muck to match up with Swampert.
no, you really can't. I mean, the Muck does have a little bit of energy, but still.
Yeah.
At least if you get it, if you land this Mud Bomb, it'll be in Dark Pulse range. But there's still a whole third Pokemon in the back. It's just
yeah.
This won't KO. It'll be close, but it won't KO. And he's probably right at another Hydro Cannon. Oh wait, that does KO.
It KO. Yeah. So here comes Shiftry. Oh, he wins. He gets the Mud Bomb right before.
Shiftry should know that this isn't a Blizzard after 2 consecutive Mud Bombs. I doubt he shields. Oh, he does shield.
He got the shield.
Huge, getting the shield.
And getting Sludge Bomb off of the Sludge
Wave. Excellent.
Nice. Okay, let's see what's the last Pokemon in the back. And it's a Skarmory. Okay, so straight Dragon Pulse. That Whiscash is pretty much dead weight at this point.
Yeah, it won't ever get to another Blizzard, so you need to beat it with this Muck. Luckily, it has energy and an extra shield.
Yeah, so
honestly, I wouldn't be talking at all. I'd just farm it down.
5th. Yeah, and definitely shield here
because he needs to get to another pulse, and I think using the Sky Tech there was a mistake, because now you're at 1 Air Slash behind, and he wouldn't have gotten to that Dark Pulse otherwise.
Right, he should have just used the Air Slash just to knock out the Alolan Muck. And yeah. Oh,
yeah, wow.
That yeah, Nico's mistake was definitely throwing the Sky Attack, right? Like this is the situation where you don't want to use any charge moves because you need that fast move damage.
Yep, the Muck was almost dead, and the Whiscash in the back was in the red with no time to get to a Blizzard. In that situation, you should just straight fast move, and when you use a charge move, you miss a turn, so you get 1 less Air Slash, and that ended up being the difference there. So definitely in that situation, if you know they have more shields than number of charge moves you'll be able to get to, don't even bother using the charge move. Just fast move them down.
Yeah. Now, ironic, or what's interesting is, do you think that in Great League you'll experience that a lot more than Ultra and Master League?
Well, the Pokemon are a lot glassier in Great League, which
in Great League,
I noticed in Great League, right? So I think that's actually a good point to make. A lot of the times you can farm down with fast moves where you wouldn't be able to in in Ultra League. Although
Yeah.
I saying that I did get farmed down with shields by a charmer this morning in Ultra League, which was not fun.
Oh, yeah. That charm damage is probably a situation where you're going to see that.
Yep.
Where they're just going to use the fast move rather than the charge move.
Rather than waste time on charging move, right? All right, so he's locked in. I saw a Tentacruel and a Steelix. I didn't see what the third Pokemon was.
A best buddy Medicham.
Oh wow, he's got a lot of best buddies.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's
It's
see
a
if
little weak to
SigmaToya
ground.
can dethrone Aaron here.
He's building up a pretty strong 3-0 lead right now, which is impressive.
Yeah.
If SigmaToya has like a Whiscash or something, it could present a big problem because
Oh, an Altaria to a Tentacruel. Okay.
that was a big win for Altaria. Tentacruel
Yeah.
can't do a whole lot.
No. It
That'd
can
be
at least
versus
hit
just
the acid spray.
chunking.
Yeah. It can at least hit the acid spray, lower the defense. But I would expect the Altaria to switch out once Cool is off the field.
Yep. Yeah, you don't. The thing about acid spray once they changed it so that debuffs reset after you switch is that he didn't even draw a shield. Yeah, this is going to be rough.
Yeah.
Altaria can just farm down and then switch out like you said, and then the acid spray is gone.
And then once it switches out, it'll have a Sky Attack ready Pokemon.
Yep. A little bit of lag. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Hopefully nothing. Yeah, it doesn't look like any damage happened, so it's just some lag. I'm surprised the Altaria is staying in here, to be honest. Maybe he doesn't have anything to beat it in the back.
Probably not.
Beat Steelix.
Yeah.
But this is just
using
like
the Sky Attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just basically giving free energy to the Steelix here.
I mean, when your defense is debuffed, there's no reason to.
Oh man, Steelix now has an Earthquake ready.
I don't know why he didn't just bring that in.
Yeah, he has to shield this.
For sure, you gotta shield this.
Okay, then he comes counter switch.
And now
maybe he didn't want to lose switch advantage.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so Medicham versus Alolan Raichu. Alolan Raichu has down a shield, right? So
this is a fairly positive matchup for Raichu, just because it resists those counters, but it's also so glassy that even resisted counters are going to hurt.
Yeah. Like, yeah, Alolan Raichu is now at half health. Oh man, here comes another Thunder Punch. It kills those charge moves so fast.
So fast, it's crazy. It takes like three Volt Switches to get to a Thunder Punch.
Yeah.
And that Toxtrug in the back does have energy, so I would just let this go as the Raichu, counter down the Medicham with Toxicroak, and then you have two charge moves for the Steelix.
Yeah.
Which looks like is what he's going to do. I wouldn't even use a move here because I guess you just didn't want to risk it.
Yeah. He shields.
Interesting. I guess he wants to burn this last shield and open it up for an Earthquake.
Yeah, I think that's the best play. But I don't think the Steelix has enough energy to get to.
No, I agree.
Gets countered down. Oh,
and there it
just
goes.
went down. Oh man! And then here comes the Mud Bomb.
Yep.
And SigmaToya takes the throne.
Very good game there.
Yeah.
I guess the reason he didn't switch in the Toxicroak was he knew that Raichu was so bad against Steelix in the back, he didn't want the Steelix to switch out and lose his only counter.
Yeah, that makes sense. So
I can see that.
That's a lot of discipline to not give up switch advantage and allow your that much energy, but he had faith in his team to come back.
I agree.
Yeah.
One thing to note, even if he did switch into Toxicroak and lose switch advantage, the Altaria with the Acid Spray gone still at half health, and Altaria is not actually bad against Steelix, so that would have been another play he would have had. Bring Altaria back out once the Steelix came back out.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see how he played that out, but I mean, it ended up working out for him. So.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, we're just waiting for SigmaToya to share his screen, and then we're gonna get into the next battle. He did not get a point for that because he was a challenger, but now we have a new king, so he can start racking up those points and try and catch up to Aaron, who's got a 3-0 lead right now, which is pretty nice to start out with.
Yeah.
I remember when we were doing it last time. It's so hard to win 2 games in a row when you're playing as this high quality opponent and you can't use your best Pokemon in game 2. That we saw a lot of people like win the game to become king and then immediately lose. So it's hard to rack up points when you don't get any as the challenger. So a 3-0 lead is going to be really daunting to overcome. We're just waiting for SigmaToya to share his screen, and then we will. Hopefully, he's not accidentally battling now without his screen being shared, but I'd imagine he's probably not.
Yeah, I don't think he is. No, I don't think he is.
I really hope not.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You know what I noticed, Tim? I noticed that Aaron had 4 battles, and he had to go through 12 different Pokemon. He'd never used Zoomer. Does he not have a shiny?
Yeah.
He might not have a shiny, is the thing.
Oh, is that what it is? Like he doesn't have a shiny to use, so he can't use it. Oh, that's an interesting.
Not have a shiny. Man, that would be really funny. Oh, he does. Okay. Oh, okay. So. Wow. All right. So apparently he didn't. Oh, there we go. So we got SigmaToya screen. So
okay.
he's locking in with Cresselia, Azumarill, and Alolan
Okay.
Which is a strong line. I like that line a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Muck is such a good safe switch,
Mm-hmm.
and Azumarill and Cresselia don't really have a lot of the same counters, so it's a pretty flexible line.
Oh, it looks like he's thinking about switching. Is he gonna switch it up?
Let's see what he's trying to do. He switched to Scrafty, which is interesting.
Oh, okay.
He might want to save Azumarill for another round, but
yeah.
Let's see, it's a little bit of lag.
Okay, so Cresselia versus Skarmory.
This is overall a positive matchup for Skarmory, but Cresselia is so tanky that it's going to take a lot of these sky attacks.
Yeah, the Ice Beam
bit of lag.
Will definitely do neutral damage. Cresselia is running Moonblast, so you probably don't want to hit the Moonblast.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah. Is it running Aurora Beam and Moonblast, or is it running? Yeah, it looks like it is. So, thing is, Aurora Beam's such a bad move, and there's no stab that even neutral, it's not going to do too much damage.
Yeah.
And this Skarmory is really chunking away with the air slashes. It's very laggy right now. Yeah. But yeah, you see that Aurora Beam did almost nothing. If I was the Skarmory, I wouldn't shield anything here. There's nothing that you'll either win or come away with a pretty big with a shield advantage, which is a pretty good place to be.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's getting another Aurora Beam. This won't KO. He's pulling up his switch menu and he switches into something.
What does he switch into?
Suspense is killing us.
I know.
He didn't have an Azumarill. Oh, he does have an Azumarill. Oh, okay. Oh, he must have replaced the Muck with the Scrafty, or not brought Scrafty. I don't know. I thought he was locking in Scrafty.
Okay.
He's got to shield this. I feel like in case it's a. Oh no, it was a rock slide.
Oh, it's a rock slide.
I wasn't able to count the counters.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Azumarill is running Ice Beam. Shields from the Deoxys.
Interesting. It didn't look like he charged up to a Hydro Pump, so I'm surprised that he ended up using the Ice Beam. But actually, I ended up getting the shield. But
because if he was counting properly, it's 6 bubbles to a Hydro Pump.
It's 7 bubbles Hydro Pump.
7 bubbles? Oh yeah, 7 bubbles to Hydro Pump.
It's 5 to an Ice Beam and 6 to a Play Rough.
Yeah.
So it's 11 each. And does he shield? Does he get the second shield on the Hydro Pump? Let's see. It looked like he did get the second shield.
Oh, nice. Okay, and then coming in with the Cresselia,
to see a second
sacking it
shield
for the
and
rock
the charge.
slide.
Good play. Good play. Looks like he's gotten both shields, and the Azumarill still has some health in the back. Yeah, so he ended up going. It looked like he put Scrafty in there for a second, but then he must have taken it out.
Yeah.
Um,
Coming with the Muck, and then now comes in the Swampert.
this is a really nice matchup for Swampert to be in. Those mud shots are super effective, so they actually don't. They do more damage than mud shot usually does. And ooh, I'd imagine this is an acid spray because he wouldn't have
Oh
gotten this
yeah,
yet, and he didn't get.
definitely got into the acid spray.
There's no reason to use an acid spray with shields down. I don't understand why he would do that.
Yeah, and that Azumarill isn't going to be enough to like cause any damage.
No, the Azumarill is not going to do a whole lot, and Stormbird it's in Hydro Cannon range. Stormbird gets there so fast that I imagine he's just going to
Yeah, there, and
This
then there
Azumarill's
comes
down,
the Azumarill.
and he still has Sky in the back.
Hits the Dark Pulse.
All right, this will KO.
Yeah.
Will definitely KO. I'm not sure how much energy the Skarmory in the back has, but honestly, it can just fast him down. Because this Muck is out of energy. So the Skarmory can just come in, fast move down, and that'll be GG's. Snarl's not going to do nearly enough damage to. Oh, or the Deoxys can come back out.
Or
So,
Deoxys.
yep, either way.
Yeah.
That was a really interesting play to Acid Spray with shields down. Because if he had done just double Dark Pulse, he probably would have won that.
Yeah, I would not recommend doing Acid Spray when shields are down.
I wouldn't recommend doing Acid Spray anyway. I feel like for Alolan Muck, by far the best moveset is Snarl, Dark Pulse, Sludge Wave. Or Gunshot. They have different viabilities. But you definitely need that poison charge move to do damage. Because otherwise you're too easily walled by fairies or anything that resists Dark Pulse.
Definitely agree.
Once they know you have Acid Spray and you're also running Snarl, Dark Pulse, like an Umbreon can just stay in there for days. Or so can a Azumarill or a Wigglytuff. So I think you definitely need that Sludge Wave.
Okay, so it looks like TeeZee Spence takes the throne, right? Okay, trying to put himself onto the leaderboard score.
Yep, this will be TeeZee's first opportunity to get points. Let's see if he can do that. Now he can't use the Swampert, the Skarmory, or the Deoxys again, but he still has a lot of options. We might see Reggie, we might see Whiscash, we might see Altaria.
Yeah.
I'd guess that whenever we see Skarmory in game 1, most of the time we'll end up seeing Altaria in game 2. Because again, they're just staggering their different flyers, which is a smart way to play it.
Yeah.
I noticed when I was doing the Ultra League one last week, the mistake I made was I used my 3 best Pokemon in game 1, and so I won as the challenger almost every time, and then I became king and lost almost every time. Being like, wait, all my best Pokemon are gone. I can't use anything that I'm comfortable with, and then I ended up losing a lot of the next games. So it's very.
But for sure, Great League is definitely like. Here comes the
such a good
Toxicroak versus Bastiodon.
Out of there.
Oh, here comes the Skarmory, and
here
comes in the
Bastiodon.
Right. Wow.
This is a very dominant matchup right here.
I'm sure you know how dominant this matchup is.
After watching this all day last night.
Oh my god. Like 2-3 hours of just Bastiodon just coming into the Elite Four. It was just Skarmory hitting the Flash Cannon, making the matchup a little bit closer than it on average is.
Yeah, but you still need to land so many of them. And now at this point you can just farm down. And the good thing is that the Bastion on the other end will soak up a lot of this energy, which is nice. But there's still the Toxicroak's just sitting right there. So this Sky Attack will do like 4 damage, and now he's got so much energy to just throw at this Bastion that's gonna come in.
Here comes the Blaziken.
Interesting. I don't like that at all. The Bastion has a lot of energy. You want to bring in your Bastion to just soak up the charge moves.
Yeah.
gotta
So
use
now he has
shield.
to waste. Yeah, use a shield, and
Yeah.
then here comes Frostlass.
Okay.
This Blaze Kick or Blast Burn is going to hurt a lot, and
You gotta
it's a
shield it either
shield.
way. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good move.
Yeah,
I feel like he just assumes. I feel like TeeZee just assumes that the Toxic Rook in the back will be able to sweep.
right.
If you use like
But now
gets
this Frostlass is locked in, and Blaziken is still locked. Is Blaziken still locked in? Can he not switch out?
Blaziken is still locked in. Or at least.
He has to switch out, right?
Oh, he just stacked it, which is
Oh,
smart.
sacked. Okay, comes in the Toxic Croak, tries to land the super effective Mud Bomb,
I.
and takes it, and
Well, I
then
mean,
here
Blaziken is out of
comes
shield, so yeah, he just
yeah.
wanted Frostlass to burn the shield so that Toxic Rook could sweep in the back, which is a
Oh,
viable option.
yeah,
Yeah. That team into a Toxic Rook lead was just too hard to deal with.
right.
There was no safe swap. His Skarmory was immediately just Bastiodon down. It's really hard when you have both a dominating lead matchup and then a dominating counter swap. There's
Yeah,
no play there at all for Hal, unfortunately.
yeah.
But TeeZee gets his first point. And now it's second person to get points, and he'll now battle Caleb.
Yep, Caleb.
This is going to be the second time we'll see Caleb, although he can use whatever Pokemon because this is the next time he's up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really curious. So we saw Toxicroak, Bastiodon, and Frostlass from TeeZee, which I mean they're not bad Pokemon, but they're not like the typical Open Great League like meta defining Pokemon. So he still has a lot of options to play with for game round 2. He still has Azumarill, he still has Altaria, Registeel, Swampert, Whiscash. So he's definitely got a lot of options to work with for this second game. Looks like we are going to see the Azumarill.
Oh, look at all those Azumarill. This is great. It's short on TN. Different for Azumarill.
Right.
Highly recommend to have 2 or 3 Azumarills in deck.
Yeah. Now, I'm a big proponent of the idea that by far the best set is Ice Beam Hydro Pump. Like, I almost never use Play Rough, but it is nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't,
I think
need to have
yeah, I think in Go Battle League, Ice Beam Hydro Pump is really good. But then if you're in like a self tournament, all 3 move sets are very viable.
It really depends on the meta, to be honest.
Yeah.
The reason why I much prefer no Play Rough is that even in like the matchup we want, like the Mirror or Lapras matchup, you don't do too badly with Hydro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like okay, now this is a typically very good matchup for Azumarill, but if the Swampert lands a Sludge Wave, it can flip that. So what I typically like to do here as Swampert is charge up to the Sludge Wave, use the Sludge Wave first, and if I get the shield, charge up to a second Sludge Wave, and then Hydro Cannon to at least try to burn the shield. We'll see how he plays this. You can easily tank an Ice Beam as Swampert. That
Maybe
might have
it's
been
debate.
too soon. Oh, he does get the shield. And it is
Here
that's
comes
a very
the
good shield.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I would Hydro Cannon this next time to try and burn the second shield. I think if Swampert plays it that way, and you burn 2 shields, you're not in a bad place. Ooh, no shield.
I mean, it could be a Sludge Wave again.
It
There's the
is
second
another
Sludge Wave.
Wow.
Oh, Azumarill is now in farming range for whatever comes in after the Swampert.
Honestly, Swampert could almost double shield here, and it would get to a Hydro Cannon, but he doesn't. He's just gonna let whatever comes in next farm this Azumarill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hypno.
no.
It's a shiny Hypno too. Okay.
Because we got 2 confusions, maybe a third.
Yeah.
And
then comes the Skunk Tank. Counter switches to Umbreon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Umbreon is a pretty negative matchup against Skuntank. I'm surprised he did that.
Yeah.
These Sludge Bombs want to chunk.
We
know this matchup really well from Ferocious. Umbreon does win, but not with that energy on Skuntank and those especially not
foul
when
play. Does this Umbreon not have last resort? How many snarls to? Is it 5?
It might have just been trying to bait. Oh, it might not. He might honestly not have
Yeah, he might not have last resort on this Umbreon.
If that's the case, that made that switch even more perplexing because you're not going to do anything with these foul plays. Skunting can take like 3 of them.
He doesn't even
And
need
he
a shield
tried to
here.
bait there, but I'm really curious to see why we aren't seeing some more of those last. Oh,
Oh
what?
my! What? Why would he switch?
Why?
He knows
Yeah.
that there's no last
And
resort here.
I guess he's just
This
trying to sack this Raichu. I don't
that's
understand what we're seeing here.
a very questionable move.
Because
Well, maybe he
Raichu
knows that Raichu. Maybe he knows Raichu can't handle the hit back.
Raichu can handle Hypno, right? Raichu doesn't have even shields. Raichu can handle Hypno. That Volt Switch Thunder Punch is going to. It looks like he's trying to sack the Raichu and hoping that Skuntank can sweep, but I don't know if that was the right decision because
So there's the Ice Punch.
don't.
You have to shield here.
Yeah, I think the Skuntank is in trouble because this Hypno is tanky. It can tank a Crunch, and it's got a shield too. So I don't see the play here, to be honest. I think he
What
needed
that was
needed that Raichu in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Takes the shield. Can he get to another crunch?
I mean, the Umbreon in the back still has health and energy.
Yeah. Can the Skuntank farm down the Umbreon after taking out this Hypno? Oh my god!
Oh!
Wow!
Damn, all right.
What a play!
Wow, that
was a very unconventional move, but he
very
pulled it off.
Yeah.
That was
definitely wasn't something I would have ever thought to do, but I guess he definitely just decided to sack the Raichu and hope that Skunting in the back could sweep, knowing that the last two Pokemon were Hypno and Umbreon. Which I mean, it's not a bad play. It definitely worked out.
It's definitely a play that I can't imagine unless it gets played out completely.
Yeah.
Right? Because he could have stayed in with the Skuntank, and then the Raichu could have, farmed down the Umbreon and then take out the Hypno.
Right. I think he would have had that matchup anyway if he just because he knew that when a Skuntank takes 2 foul plays, there's almost no lose condition against Umbreon. And so I think that if he had just left Skuntank in to beat the Umbreon, probably got another crunch on the Hypno, and then just let Raichu do its thing. Raichu against Hypno has a decent matchup. I think he would have won anyway, but that was definitely a viable option. Knowing that Skuntank had positive matchups against everything in the back, he just figured you'd sack the Raichu and then sweep, which is what happened.
Yeah.
So now that's 2 points for TeeZee, and we're gonna see Nico as the challenger. Now he's on his third set, so we're gonna start seeing some more variety in Pokemon. Although he still has a lot of options. He's still got Altaria, which we're gonna see here, Umbreon, and Mantine. Full Flyer, which is interesting.
Yeah. Now let's just hope Nico doesn't have and Raichu.
Or Bastiodon, which would beat his entire team.
That is not a good lead for the Alolan Mare.
No, this is a very good matchup for Mantine.
Yeah.
I'm shocked he's still in there. There we go. There was a little bit of a late
he's gonna hit the Bubble Beam and switch out. This is probably the best play.
Hit the Bubble Beam, go into Altaria, and after a Bubble Beam, these Hydro Cannons or Sludge Waves are gonna just bounce off Altaria. There's just no. Yeah, just at this point, don't shield anything and just farm down.
Yeah.
Because
look at how little that did.
This is already a dominant matchup for Altaria, but after a bubble, you can just farm all the way down and just not worry about it. I'd be shocked if you draw any shield or charge move here. There's no either. You should leave this with enough energy to 2 Sky Attacks, if my math is right. At the very least, it'll be like very close to the second one. But I think he'll get all the way to 2. And whatever comes next, it's not going to like double Sky Attack. Unless it's like a Registeel or a Bastiodon. This is a pretty good position for him. Like he can just easily take.
I think he should definitely now have 2 Sky Attacks.
He has 2 for sure. Yeah. 2 Sky Attacks is 90 energy. He honestly might be, but he'll definitely have at least 2 Sky Attacks. And unless we see.
Comes
yeah.
back in with the LT.
I was gonna say the only way you can make up this energy advantage is like a bastion on the back to just soak up that energy. But at this point, you can just double sky attack, and you're at such a huge advantage. You've got the Mantine Marowak matchup in the back that you know you win, and there's nothing.
So knowing that he has the Alola Marowak, I would, because the Umbreon can now take out the Alola Marowak.
Right. At this point, just double shield your Mantine, and he's gonna go for the bait.
He's going
okay.
Bubble Beam.
I would have
okay.
just, knowing with the shield advantage, I would have just double Ice Beamed, but I guess he's trying to burn that last shield.
Right.
Which he didn't do, but at least now these Dragon Breath are gonna do less damage.
I would shield here.
No shield. Okay, I guess.
No shield.
It's possible his strategy is just to debuff the.
Oh, here comes the switch.
Coming back in. Interesting. That was.
Oh, I'm surprised he didn't throw the Bubble Beam just to debuff it, make this an easier match.
That's a very good point. He should have.
Yeah.
But at this point, Umbreon can sweep. Umbreon is not worried about carrying the back. You're such a dominant matchup here that you can overcharge by a mile, and you can beat the Marowak with a Dark Pulse ready for Foul Play, whichever one he was running Foul Play for the Altaria in the back.
This Altaria is
up health, is dominant matchup. Umbreon. It's a little bit more even if you're even shields and even energy, but with the shield advantage, Umbreon is and a Foul Play ready to go. Umbreon is going to sweep this man.
Yeah. GG's. TeeZee
Umbreon
Spanx
is
now
so good in its positive matchups. So now, TeeZee has 3 points, and he's tied with Aaron.
Yep.
Oh wow! So that's going to be against Aaron, the 3-3 tied winners. One thing I noticed, Tim, I don't know if you agree, but we're seeing a lot more of sustained runs by the King. I think because Great League's so much deeper that when you're in the game, you're not out of. So like in Ultra League, when you have like the third game, you'd be like out of your good Pokemon, and we saw a lot more switching. We're seeing a lot more people like maintain their King status just because of how deep Great League is. Which is very
definitely. I would say, just hypothesis, the person with the deepest roster would probably be crowned King of the Hill at the very end of the night.
I'd imagine. Although I think after 2 years of Sylph, and these players are all at the top of their class, I'd imagine most people have pretty deep Great League rosters. But I'd agree. I think the person who utilizes the biggest variety, and I think the people who plan out their runs better. Like we're seeing a lot of really smart planning where people stagger their best Pokemon, where they use like Altaria one game, Azumarill the next game, so they have like a star Pokemon in every game, which is really nice.
Yeah. So it looks like TeeZee Spanx is opting to bring in the Venusaur. This is the first time we're going to see tonight, and I would say Venusaur has a lot of good positive matchups against the Open Great League.
Yeah, the only major problem is the Fire, so like an Altaria or Skarmory. And seeing as Vigoroth also has only neutral matchups against them, I think you're going to see like an anti-Flyer that last spot, like Lapras would qualify, or any of the tanks. So you're going to Lapras probably just as like that Altaria kind of knows how good it is against Skarmory against the team. He doesn't have any hard Skarmory counter. Okay.
Vigoroth to the Umbreon.
Yeah. He's not that dominant because Umbreon's tanky, but
and here comes the Haunter. I would stay in, throw in the Bulldoze.
Unless this Haunter has Sludge Bomb, which I'd be shocked it did in Great League meta. This is going because nothing. Shadow Punch and Ball are both double resisted. Let's see if this is a Sludge Bomb. That would be the only reason I would think to bring it in.
Brings a shields a Shadow Ball. Wow.
So at this point, I wouldn't shield anything else as the Vigoroth, so you can straight shield this, unless he's running Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb, which would be a really, really spicy moveset.
Shadow Punch, they're just not doing anything.
There's
Yeah.
no play for Hunter here.
Hatred probably just doesn't have an answer for Vigoroth in the back.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. And there goes
But
the
yeah, no, there's no
bulldoze.
Hunter, and Vigoroth still has a lot of play. I wonder what.
Yeah. Here
Yeah,
comes the
Umbreon. So
Umbreon. Yeah, he just does not have an answer for yeah.
A little bit of lag.
Okay.
At this point, I would just shield the Vigoroth because you know that if you bring the Umbreon back in, the thing he has in the back is just not going. I'd almost switch the Vigoroth out here just because.
Just to save
actually,
the Vigoroth.
yeah, it's kind of low. Just jump. You've got a pretty big advantage at this point.
Yeah.
One left in the back. I'd imagine the last Pokemon is going to be a Bastiodon maybe, or maybe a Registeel. Something that is going to do even worse against these counters.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's probably a Registeel that's in the back.
Yeah.
And it's the shiny Registeel. Yep. Yeah.
Venusaur
So we knew that we
better.
just knew that it couldn't be the Bastion. It can't
Right.
be shiny, and Aaron or Hatred has to run the shiny Pokemon, so it has to be the Registeel.
Despite every move being resisted, Venusaur does okay against Registeel just because Frenzy Plant is such a good move that if you land 3 of them, it chunks.
Yeah.
So
even though it's not resisted, even though it's not resisted, it does almost like a third or so. You got like a good chunk out of the Registeel.
And the Umbreon is very weak in the back. So this Registeel probably has the shield here.
Yeah. If it wants to make a play to knock out the Venusaur, it has to shield.
And the thing about Registeel is you can't stack charge because the lowest energy is 65. So it's now using that energy, and it's going to be 6.
Now it has to
away from the next one. Yep. At this point, you just farm down the Lapras because Lapras is tanking have to take these foul plays. And Ice Shard doesn't do a lot to Registeel, so you farm down here, and then you just double surf the. Oh no, out of shield, so you just surf the Registeel in the back.
Yeah. Just tank the foul plays. He could probably shield. He doesn't need to.
That was a 4th win for TeeZee. Really dominant play so far.
Yeah.
And it just Aaron just brought 3 that all lose to Vigoroth, and so it was just at that point. That's the thing with blind battles. That was a fine team in general because you figure Umbreon and.
Oh my gosh! Did he just lap everyone? Yeah, TeeZee Spence just lapped the entire competition.
That is really impressive.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so now let's see what SigmaToya second time, because now he can use a fresh set of Pokemon, and TeeZee is now on his 5th or 6th line, so he's going to be really just digging into his reserves at this point. I'm really curious to see what he's going to bring after having now 15 Pokemon that he can't use.
Bronzong looks pretty good, right? Drapion also really hasn't used Tropius yet. Lantern
is a really good option. Lantern.
Yeah, Melmetal. These are all really good picks.
Reggie. Yeah. So I mean.
He hasn't used Reggie in like 5 battles. That's amazing. Golbat's also really good. Yeah.
No, he hasn't used Meganium either.
Right. There's Melmetal, also a really good pick.
He's used none of the Charmers, which are always very, very.
Oh viable. The Charmers are also really viable. Suicune, and like there's just so much that he could use right now.
Yeah, I agree. This is what I was saying. It's so Great League so deep. You could run 30 different battles and still have viable Pokemon. So it's easier to maintain your spot as king, which is nice. Let's see what SigmaToya brings. But imagine a fairly meta team.
Yeah. Something to pair with the Azumarill. Azumarill Regicore.
All right, so we're seeing a Golbat into Mantine. Interesting. I've never played this matchup out, honestly, which is surprising. It's a wing attack Mantine, which is not the moves that I'd run in open meta because Bubble's better attack. But
I expect a shield here from the Shadow Ball.
no,
No shield.
Mantine's pretty tanky, and the Shadow Ball doesn't have stab, so he
So is
can
this
survive it.
is this Bubble Beam or Ice Beam? Bubble
That's
Beam
a
or Ice
good
Beam?
Bubble Beam.
Oh, the Bubble
Excellent, no
Beam.
shield. Excellent,
Wow,
no shield.
good call.
At this point, you just Poison Fang because it's low enough that it's gonna be another Bubble Beam. He didn't charge up enough, I don't think. Yep. So at this point, you can switch her out, and Bubble Beam's all reset, and you can just Ice Beam, Ice Punch.
Yeah.
He's going to have to
So
draw a
even though
shield.
Polyrath is weak to the wing attack, right? It's an unconventional move, but the Ice Punch is going to deal super effective damage to the Mantine.
Yeah, and assuming Mantine isn't running Aerial Ace, he knows that Polyrath resists all the charge. So he can just sit there and he can take these Bubble Beams, no problem. And that Golbat in the back has a lot of energy. Had at least 40 to 50 energy. He was almost at a Shadow Ball. So up a shield with Golbat in the back having energy with those Bubble Beams reset. He's in a pretty dominant place right here.
Comes in the Swampert. All right, so he's still debuffed.
Swampert. That was too fast. It was too fast.
Yeah,
to
this
have
is definitely a Hydro Cannon.
Take it.
Take the Hydro Cannon. This
point,
Dynamic Punch is going to do a lot, but not as much as it would
if it wasn't debuffed, right?
Yeah. Still
right.
brings it into the yellow.
And now he brings
Switches
back
out
out
to
the.
Oh,
He'll have to shield here, obviously, but he's got so much energy just to. I'd honestly charge out to a Shadow Ball and then almost just Poison Fang if he's gonna go.
You want to bait the. Yeah. Oh, here comes the Shadow Ball.
But TV shields here. See, that's one. No shield.
Oh my gosh, no shield on the.
Playing the Shadow Ball.
Oh, and it's a Scrafty. Oh no.
How do you not shield this with a Scrafty in the back?
Yeah, because the Polyrath is still out, right? It's still in play.
And there's a whole third Pokemon.
This Power Punch is not going to kill it.
Do absolutely nothing.
Oh no! And here comes the Shadow Ball. You have to shield this now.
I almost just because the Shadow Ball is resisted with no stab.
Oh, he shields the Shadow Ball.
He might have gotten.
Okay, don't bring in the Reggie.
Does have a pretty even,
Bring in the Reggie, tank the move, and then bring in Polyrath.
I mean, Reggie can get to a Flash Cannon, so I would just tank this.
Here comes another power-up punch.
Yeah. Oh, we just got a raid from Arrow. What up, Arrow? Thanks for joining us, man.
Counter's doing so much damage.
That's still fine. I mean, there's no shield, no other. Just shield here, and then hit the Flash Cannon.
Yeah, the Flash Cannon is definitely going to knock it out.
Oh, for sure.
If it wanted to, you could still get to the Focus Blast. That's how much health it has. Oh, man.
Is now a 5th for TeeZee. He's now won 6 battles in a row, and he's
on a tear through.
Yeah. Wow. This is so different. Ultra League when we saw like a different King every 5 minutes. This guy he's been dominating right now.
Yeah.
And at this point now, he's used 18 Pokemon. He's used all of the typical meta ones. He's used probably he's used Altaria, he's used Emerald. Going to see him use spicier Pokemon. Although we noted earlier, he's still a lot of viable options. We're gonna see Meganium, I'd assume soon. We're gonna see maybe Shiftry. We're gonna see. I'd imagine a Charmer will come out eventually.
Yeah.
Bronzong is still there. Probopass, Tropius, Felix. So he still has a lot of options. Let's see what he goes with. At this point, though, he's almost coming up with an almost insurmountable lead. Because every competitor other than TeeZee and Aaron have no. So it'll be really hard to make up the script.
So coming in Metachan and Whiscash, this does look like a team that's a bit weak to flying.
A little bit weak to Skarmory.
Yeah, but not too weak to Altaria.
Right, because you have the Ice Punch and the Blizzard opt on Metacham and Whiscash. It's weak to Knocked Owl too. Knocked Owl is so good.
Oh, Knocked Owl. That's also a really good pick.
Knocked Owl is so good. I mean, even though it doesn't have I think it's better than Skarmory. It's crazy that like in the one shield against the Azumarill, Knocked Owl wins. It tanks an Ice Beam and wins the one shield against. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But it's just such a good Pokemon. It's so tanky, and Wing Attack will get to so many Sky Attacks. Like how's team, which I would too when TeeZee's won 6 games in a row.
Yeah, this team has to be dominant. I'm expecting an Azuma or Registeel core, but I don't know.
Maybe, or I wouldn't be surprised if he's noting which Pokemon TeeZee has left and trying to build a team that beats those Pokemon. You know,
Oh yeah.
You can. I think TeeZee is usually probably like 8 or 9 of the top 10 Pokemon. So you can almost like guess which Pokemon are left at this point and build around that. Which is, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. It's really interesting to see what he brings.
Okay, so we got Metacham
into
Azumarill. Oh,
dominant matchup for. Let's see if TeeZee has an answer to this.
Is it a closer match if Azumarill doesn't have Play Rough?
It's still a pretty dominant.
Oh, Metacham with the Psychic.
It does
of damage. Shielded. Yeah. Wow.
Oh,
and he got the defense debuff.
That might actually make a difference.
Oh, this is. Oh, you gotta shield this in case it's a play
out of this now.
It's a play rough. Azumarill has got to get out of this matchup. Defense
not debuff. Necessarily, because now you're up a shield, so you can just shield these Psychics.
Oh, going for the ice.
Knowing that Psychic with KO, it's a very smart move here. He's definitely going to draw the shield.
Draw the shield.
Azumarill will get to another play rough, but
I'd shield this play rough, and then get to.
At this point, I would leave without Azumarill because you're tanky enough for with that amount of health, you can almost get to another Ice Beam in the back.
But and the thing is, you did your job. You got rid of both shields.
Right. Now, if Swampert shields this Psychic, it knows it can probably overcharge and have 2 Hydro Cannons ready. One to finish up the Metacham and one. No shield.
No shield on the Psychic. No shield. Man. Swampert is going to take this matchup right here.
Now, Swampert has 2 Hydro Cannons easily. So, he'll probably just shield the Mud Bomb, double.
Nope, that's an Earthquake. Oh, man. These are hard-hitting moves.
These are hard-hitting moves. I feel like double Hydro Cannon might have been a better option here, but he might just let them go at this point.
Shields are down, right? So you might as well go for the Earthquake. And here comes the Meganium.
Now, if he's counting, he knows there's no way this is going to be a Blizzard.
This has got to be a Mud Bomb. He's not going to...
Oh, got the shield!
Wow, yeah, he got the shield!
It was like
what is going on?
From a Blizzard. Wow. The thing is, though, that he's got so much energy that he'll get to an Earthquake really fast. So this Marowak is not safe.
Yeah.
He might try to wait out the Switch Clock and then tank the Earthquake. No.
Okay, this has got to be an Earthquake.
It's got to be an Earthquake, right? Yeah.
Blow and Marowak is now down low health. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna wait?
No, he's gonna.
Here comes the Azumarill. Counter down.
Counter down. Oh no, he can't.
He doesn't can't counter down. Maybe it's an Ice Beam.
It'll almost definitely be a play route.
Oh.
Yeah. And now
farm down. No farming.
The mid-game has too much energy in the back. It's gonna have a Frenzy Plant ready to go.
Yeah, there's too much health on that mid-game now.
Yep. No, this is GG's.
Can he pull it off?
Let's see. There's no way that another Shadow. I think.
I mean, we've seen crazier things.
Wow.
No, that's it.
Honestly, he made that pretty close. What a run by TeeZee.
That was a great run.
6 games in a row. He was finally defeated just because he was hard countered in the lead and had a good switch option. That was really what it took to beat him.
That was a good.
Wow.
Oh man.
Getting your 1,000 win on stream.
I mean, I guess like the Metacham couldn't have switched out, right? because there was the Alolan Marowak in the and the Whiscash, so he had to stay in. That was a good attempt with the Medicham.
The Metagam, he played that perfectly. You know, you always because the thing is that Azumarill will never shield a move on a Metagam because even
Right.
the worst case scenario, it can take like 2 psychics. So
Yeah.
knowing that Azumarill will never shield, go for the hardest hitting move first, and then once you get it low enough, then start baiting. What he did. He did Ice Psychic, and then when it got into KO range for the next Psychic, he baited with an Ice Punch because he knew that at that point there was shield pressure.
Yeah.
So that's exactly how I would play that. You know, Psychic counters, and then start baiting. Unfortunately, he was just too hard countered in the back that there wasn't a lot, a whole lot of play there.
Yeah.
He played that perfectly. He got the Metacham right. He got the Mud Bomb bait on the Meganium. It just at some point you're too hard countered to make much of a play out of it, which is what we saw there at the end.
Yeah. All right. Hal's now on the throne, trying to get his first points. Right?
Yeah, and at this point, you've got to start getting really quickly.
Yeah.
We've seen here before that with how deep Great League is, you can go on a sustained run. So it's not over for anybody. You can, if you sweep the whole board, you're caught up. So we're gonna have to. There is some urgency now. There's at a 5-0 deficit. Hal and Caleb and Nico and SigmaToya, they're going to have to really get a sustained run because at this point, if you lose as the king at any point, it's unlikely you'll be able to catch up. Once you get king, you got to really make a run.
Yeah. So he's opting for the Toxicroak and the Bastiodon and the Venusaur. Wow. So
that is a pretty spicy team considering he has so many other options available to him.
So he's hoping to not catch the flyer in the beginning. So let's hope that he does.
The thing is, team he played has extremely positive winning matchups, but extremely negative matchups. So he needs to win the lead, and he did not win.
Oh, the Haunter. So Haunter's going to do some damage with the Shadow Claws. The counter is not going to do a lot.
The thing is, Mud Bomb one hit KOs almost, but Haunter can win the 2 shields if they're farming down.
Yeah.
And it'll win the race of those fast moves. So at this point, if Haunter just matches shields, it'll win this in a pretty dominant fashion.
Yeah.
But Hal can't switch out because both of the Pokemon in the back are easily hard countered. But you can't safe switch into a Bastiodon or a Venusaur just because
Oh, he switches into the Bastiodon,
and if there's any Mud Boy or Flyer in the back, any Mud Boy or Fighter in the back, he's in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, Shadow Punch going for the bait.
Punch, yeah.
And it's a Whiscash. That Bastiodon now toast.
This is probably the most dominant matchup in the game. Whiscash can win this with no shields and 100 energy in the back.
So the Stone Edge is going to be resisted. It doesn't matter what Bastiodon is going to do. Whiscash is going to take the matchup. Save the shield.
The only good news for Hal is that he has Venusaur in the back. But if the Whiscash plays this right, it'll leave with 100 energy. So yeah, I don't know if he played that right because you need to undercharge that Mud Bomb so you can Mud Shot it down and get to that 100 energy.
Well, he does have a lot of energy now.
He does have a lot of energy.
Probably has.
Yeah.
I think he might have the Blizzard if he goes one more. Oh, here comes the Mud Bomb. This is not the Blizzard.
Yeah, definitely a Mud Bomb for sure. Oh, he brought the.
That was the Blizzard. Wow. Right. We both totally did not count that correctly.
No, I mean, staying in, which is interesting.
That was okay. So the Whiscash is going down.
Yeah.
I don't know why he threw the charge move. If he was gonna think it down, he was gonna. And here comes the Skarmory. The Skarmory just took out the team. This is it.
This is what I was saying in the beginning. The Pokemon that Hal picked if he didn't win Switch Advantage, the Pokemon had such bad losing matchups. If you'll note that Whiscash against Bastiodon, Whiscash can win the 0-2 against 2 shield, and Skarmory wins the 0-2 shield against Venusaur. It's just such dominant winning matchups that there's no play here once he lost.
Yeah. And this Haunter is just gonna take out the Toxicroak, and that's it.
And that's GG's. Yeah. So we're seeing here, how TeeZee's run was so impressive because it's hard to maintain role as King once you win. You know,
Right.
had a really good matchup against TeeZee and then just lost the next one, so doesn't get any points. And now we'll see Nico as the King and see if he can go on a sustained run and try and make this a 3-person race. Now on like the third run through each line, and only 2 people have points, which just shows how dominant Aaron and TeeZee were in their run. That no one else has any points.
Okay. So next up, Nico versus Caleb. Yeah.
Yeah, reading the chat, Basti definitely drove Alex into madness, and also me. It drove the entire Elite Four into madness. Alex and I were pulling out our hair by the end of that. I think we all agreed as a group that we were blaming Arrow for that nonsense. But
yeah,
I think it was Arrow's fault for sure.
He had the best chance to get it off the field. I agree.
All right, so we're saying
Toxic
now.
Croak into Flygon.
Wow.
The Flygon is. I think the Flygon has this matchup, right? If he.
Yeah, the counters do chunk, but Toxie so.
This is a Dragon Claw.
Yeah, Dragon Claw is also going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
You don't even need to. You can just straight Dragon
Wow,
Claw.
that Dragon Claw did a lot of damage. Here comes the Swampert. Flygon should get out of this match.
Yeah, I'd imagine it will.
And it's a Vigoroth. Okay.
This is a good matchup for Swampert, for Vigoroth, even energy, but the Swampert has so much energy, it's going to get off at least three Hydro Cannons. Yeah. Vigoroth is going to have to shield a lot, and there's just. Also, if you'll notice, Nico has a Probo in the back, so he's probably extremely happy that the Vigoroth.
Yeah, that the Vigoroth just came in,
as opposed to being later on. Unless he brought. I say that, but also Probo has a very negative matchup against Flygon too. So he's got to hope that he lines it up against the third Pokemon. And he's got to win switch here. So he's got to just match shield, win switch, and make sure the Probo does not go up against that Flygon.
Here comes the second shield from Vigoroth. Here comes a Body Slam. Will Swampert shield?
Gotta shield it. Gotta keep the Swampert alive.
Matching the shields.
Now here's the thing, though. I don't agree with switching into Swampert because it's the only thing on your team that beats Flygon. So you switch into your only counter for Flygon, and then once the Swampert loses, Flygon can sweep in the back.
Yeah.
I feel like if you... Oh, he's undercharging to try and farm a little bit.
No.
He wasn't able to. Even undercharged, it's still KO'd. Now, whatever comes in here...
Yeah, the Swampert does not have enough health to take out the Flygon.
No, and even whatever... Oh, yeah, Flygon.
And here comes the Dragon Claw. The
and at
Swampert...
this point, Flygon can sweep the rest.
Yeah.
This Toxie won't be able to KO. There's nothing it can use to KO. The
Here comes the Probo Pass.
Oh, he switched out of it. Oh
no!
Oh my god!
Oh, no! He blind switched out the Flygon.
Up there in the back. Wow.
No.
Oh, it's so tough to blind switch like that. Wow. That was Yeah, what he's got to do here, he's got to build up to 2 Magnet Bombs, and then, because this Flygon can't touch it, so what he got to just almost farm all the way down, and then Magnet Bomb the Flygon in the back. Wow. Flygon could have swept there, no problem. The Toxic didn't have enough energy, and one more Dragon Claw would have KO'd, and then one Earth Power KO'd. Although, I don't know if he... No, yeah, he did.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think this is going to bring it at least down into the red.
The back will KO.
Yeah, down into the red, and then just throw them up. Oh, there it goes.
Yep, counter down. Yep. Wow. That's got to hurt.
Oh, man.
Flygon had the matchup dead to rights.
Yeah. If he didn't switch out, that would have been...
He auto-switched. There's nothing that the Toxic could have used. The only reason you'd auto switch is you think the Toxic has energy to KO you in the back, but the Toxic Mud Bomb doesn't KO, and I'm really surprised.
And then there was no shields at that point, right? So he could have thrown like a Dragon Claw after the Mud Bomb, and the Toxicroak would have been gone.
Yeah, there was no reason to switch out there. I'm really surprised that he auto switched.
Yeah.
Unless he assumed that he had a hard Flygon counter and like an ice foot one in the back, but there's no reason to assume that.
No.
Interesting.
Okay, so Nico versus Aaron. Okay, so Hatred coming back, Shiny King.
Now, Hatred has the best shot at beating TeeZee, so if he wins here, we're going to see really interesting next run. Try and see if we'll get a tie or a closer matchup going into the. If Hatred loses here, then TeeZee has a really strong path to a win.
Yeah. Let's see. What is he going to use? A Charmer?
That's a spicy
Umbreon
take. Wigglytuff,
and
Umbreon, and
Charizard? Ooh.
This was like a pretty good matchup for a Swampert in the back. It has neutral matchups against the first two, or semi-neutral, and then obviously a hard win in the back.
Got
This
Skarmory.
is a great matchup
Safe
for
switch to
Skarmory.
Umbreon. Come on, safe switch
to.
to Umbreon.
Yeah, I have to go to Umbreon.
Oh,
No,
he
you can't
hard
get the Charizard.
counter to.
This is. You can't. Yes, you got.
And there goes the
Swampert.
Swampert.
Yeah,
Oh. So this is a very textbook way of performing a hard counter, right? But then
right.
because of this, you're going to lose the hard counter to
Exactly.
the opposing lead, right? So
Exactly.
he should have switched to the Umbreon.
There's almost never. It's never good to switch into your only hard counter for something because there's no reason that they won't switch out of it.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
whenever I'm building teams, I try to have a hard counter and then a safe neutral matchup against most threats. Because if you switch into your hard counter, it's gone.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You really needed to switch into the more neutral matchup there.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
This Charizard isn't doing terribly, honestly, against the Swampert because it landed the Blast Burn.
Oh my gosh!
He knows he needs to keep the Charizard. Only problem is,
no,
that was one. Yes,
yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
That was very close. It was definitely a lot closer than you could have ever imagined.
But now the Skarmory in the back's gonna have a field day.
Yeah.
There's unless his third Pokemon like a Marowak or a hard Umbreon, there's no reason to bring Skarmory in here at all. Just bring in whatever your third Pokemon is.
Meganium.
Yeah. This is a neutral matchup. So what you do is you just play out the Meganium, play out even shields. The Umbreon will get into the red, and then you have a dominant matchup in the back.
Yeah.
So he's
playing. That Charizard would have been very key here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This is why you do not switch to a hard counter.
This matchup would have played out a lot differently if you switched the Umbreon into the Skarmory. And then had the Charizard there in the back to almost sweep in the back.
Yeah.
Because if he controls switch advantage, he could have handled the Swampert fine with Wigglytuff,
Yeah. Most definitely.
What you do is, because Umbreon has a neutral matchup against the whole team, what I would have done is I would have switched into Umbreon, double shielded to guarantee switch advantage, and then hope that I had the counters in the back.
He fainted with a foul play. Oh.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's over.
Just gets to a flash cannon. There's no play here, but
yeah, just get to a flash cannon and then that Wigglytuff.
Yeah. I mean, he's already there. He had yeah. No. But yeah, I definitely agree, Tim. You never switch in, lock it in because no incentive.
Yep.
If you went Umbreon, you had a chance there. You go into Umbreon, double shield. Umbreon double shielded against that entire team has good play. So you go into Umbreon, you double shield, you make sure you get switch advantage, and then you lock up the Wigglytuff against the Swampert and the Charizard against the Skarmory, and then you have a win condition.
Yeah.
Switching into the Charizard, there's no play against the Skarmory once the Charizard was gone. Very good game by Aaron, and now we're going to see Aaron only 2 points behind TeeZee. If he wins this next matchup, he'll be actually battling TeeZee up down 4-5. So if he beats SigmaToya and then he beats TeeZee, he'll be tied, and then we'll be in for a very interesting last couple battles. Kieng, how many more battles do we have? How many rounds is this going to go? All right, so it looks like this is the last cycle. So if about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half. It's 10:35.
Yeah.
So basically, if we're gonna do like one or two more cycles, if Aaron loses here, he's basically done. Because he's not gonna have that many more opportunities to become king. So Aaron needs to get at least 2 wins here as king to have a shot. And at this point, every single person who's challenging knows they need to win and go on a run to have any shot, because you're not gonna have any more options. Everyone's been a challenger or a king at least twice at this point, so they're getting into crunch mode here. They know they got to win and then hold a sustained run to have any shot at all.
Okay, Lola Marowak in Altaria.
The thing is, Altaria can reliably tank 2 Shadow Balls, so this is a pretty dominant matchup, and there's no safe switch option. So that's
he could safe switch to Registeel, right? And
but again, that's the only counter you have to Altaria. Wishcash is it needs to like double bait to win that almost, or at least just it needs to land a Blizzard. So
it needs to land the Blizzard, but
Altaria,
also have even energy with all.
Right.
Yeah.
And no. Even there's no reason for Altaria to shield, because again, Fire Spin resisted. It needs to land 2. So
and here comes the switch to Azumarill. So I've played this matchup a lot, and the thing that you want to do here for Wishcash is to do a double Mud Bomb.
You've got to double up, The thing is, though,
and
even
then
shield, Altaria wins so easily. It definitely reliably, not easily, it reliably wins.
Right, but like the thing is, so what I try to do is don't shield the first charge, and then shield the second charge move. Yeah, you basically you're going to win this matchup, but you're going to be at a shield deficit.
And again, now SigmaToya knows the entire team that Hatred has, and we don't know what SigmaToya's third Pokemon is, so that'll determine whether he double shields this Azumarill to try and make sure he maintains it. I'd imagine if we see a double shield on the Azumarill, we know that the third Pokemon is going to be weak to Registeel. He wants to maintain this matchup.
Yeah. So he double Mud Bomb,
which is the play, right play. Yeah. And Azumarill has just not been shielding, so I think confident that he has the matchup in the back. Yeah. Whatever's in the back, I'm pretty sure he knows it can beat just the red shield that's left. Yeah, he's not stressing at all. He's not shielding anything. Just gonna.
This Mud Bomb is going to chunk it down, and then he has like one more fast, and that Azumarill's gone.
Yeah, that's gone. Yeah. And so I'd imagine what we see in the back here is going to be able to reliably beat. I think the Altaria is going to come out here and farm down, and then what happens what he has in the back is going to reliably beat.
Oh, she switches to Registeel, taints the Sky Attack.
Yeah. And I'd be shocked if that a good win conditioning as Reggie. Otherwise, he would have shielded the Azumarill.
And it's a Swampert. Oh, yeah. At a
you
shield
can
deficit,
really tell what Pokemon has in the back by how they shield their second Pokemon. If he had like a Skarmory in the back or something that hard loses to Registeel, he would have double shielded the Azumarill, one switch it, preserved it, and then needed it to beat the Registeel. But when you saw 0 shield going up on the Azumarill side, you could be pretty confident that what SigmaToya had on the back was pretty hard to Reggie, and we see it is. Reggie needs to land a Focus Blast and then another Flash Cannon to have any chance against Swampert, and with an extra shield, there's no play here.
Well, no. There's nothing he can do.
At this point, he knows there's nothing he can do. He still has that Altaria in the back too.
Yeah, and it's GG's.
GG's, and that might have been Hatred's last shot, because I don't know if he's going to be able to get another sustained, especially if it's the last cycle. So
yeah.
Now SigmaToya is going to have to go on a long run just to have any shot at displacing TeeZee. The thing is, when you get no points as the challenger, and it becomes harder every time you become king, it's so hard to win 6 games in a row. TeeZee built up such a strong lead with that early run. We're seeing here it's so hard for people to maintain any sort of run to catch up to him. Okay. SigmaToya's stream was pretty bad last time. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna be streaming the Challenger stream now, just because SigmaToya had some issues earlier. So we're going to be seeing TeeZee screen, and if TeeZee wins this, he can almost put this away as the king. He can really dictate the rest of the tournament. So it'd be really interesting to see if SigmaToya can go on a run. I know in the Ultra League one, Hatred ended up winning, and he was in like last place until the last round, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he ended up winning 4 games in a row to just sweep in the back, and he had 0 or 1 points going into the last round, and then just swept in the back. So I wonder if we'll see SigmaToya try and go on a run and just gotta win 6 games in a row.
I'm kind of rooting for it. I kind of want to see a.
He has to lap the field and some.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be pretty difficult, but SigmaToya is obviously an excellent player, so we'll see if he can do it.
Okay.
So now we're seeing TeeZee, and when we last saw him, he had to dig pretty deep because he was on his 7th game when he lost. But right now he should have a very limited mindset. He knows if he wins like 2 games, it's over. So because no one's going if he adds to his point total, so I'd imagine we'll see a lot more hard meta options. Because at this late stage, you shouldn't be thinking long term as much as just adding to that lead. So I'd imagine in like the first 3 games, we're going to see his best because he doesn't have to win. Just win 2, win 3, and then you'll have an almost uncatchable lead. So I think if it were me, I'd see that.
Yeah, I'm for sure SigmaToya is going to be seeing like heavy meta lines coming from all of his challengers at this point.
Yep. In these late stages, you just want to get to King and you want to win as many points as you can.
Oh man.
Did we see what TeeZee locked in? I don't think we did. What? Really? Chansey.
He locked in a best buddy Chansey as a lead.
Chansey, okay. Wow. I guess he's going spice mode now that he's spice, but I mean he has the entire Great League meta to work with. He locked in a Chansey. Okay. I wonder if they're frozen. Oh, yeah, they might be frozen.
Okay.
Oh, he's not frozen?
Okay, so SigmaToya is picking his team very diligently, trying to decipher.
Okay, he knows this is his last chance. He has to really.
Okay, here we go. So Chansey, oh my god, to a Tropius.
See, I don't
know. You know this matchup?
I don't know this matchup at all. Chansey loses to almost everything unless it's got resistances. Because these aren't going to. Tropius is so tanky, you can tank like 3 of Chansey's. And even though Chansey's so tanky,
oh my god,
Tropius will have to
this is insane.
Tropius will have to land like 6 different.
Is this match? Does this match just time out? Like I don't like just.
It'll take a while, but
what is gonna happen here? He's taking the leaf blades.
Right.
Oh my god. So the pound.
Is he gonna be beamed?
Oh, no. He went for the bait.
Oh, psychic. Okay. Bait. There's no bait on Chansey. You don't do anything. So.
Why would you bait? Just go for the hyper beam. Here comes the psychic.
Simply Moxie. One of the better players in the.
He didn't even shield. He should have went for anything. Well, he could have just went for the hyper beam at that point.
At this point, just get the meme clip, and then just move on.
Yeah. Oh god.
What's the
hyper beam bait? Like, just go for the hyper beam.
He has to go for the hyper beam. Honestly,
he's going for it. He's going for it right here. Yeah. He's gonna go
for the hyper beam.
Go for the hyper beam.
All right.
Here comes the beam. Don't shield this. I want to see it happen.
Heather, are you watching? Heather better be watching. She's in chat.
Oh, he landed the beam. Oh my god.
It did like 12 damage, So
it didn't even KO. Oh my god.
You know that Chansey's a bad Pokemon when Hyper Beam is less than half.
Oh, here comes Registeel.
And here's
Oh, locked in the Registeel
Locked
to the Toxicroak. Oh my god. Wow, that was oh my gosh.
Atropius took a Psychic and a Hyper Beam and survived. Which tells you all you need to know about Chansey, to be honest with you.
Wow. That was not a match I was expecting to see tonight.
I'm surprised because Chansey is a bad Pokemon, obviously, but the
Right.
viability it does have is as a safe switch to reset a switch clock and get out of a bad matchup.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, Simply Mox used against me in Toxic. He would use it as a safe swap if he hard lost the lead, because it would just survive long enough to get rid of the switch clock, and then you could reset your counters. So using it as a lead just get rid of that. It beats almost nothing. It beats almost nothing in an even 1-to-1. So I'm shocked he brought it. I guess he just wanted, a fun matchup.
Oh no. Yeah.
Maybe he's
And
so
now
confident
here
that
comes-
we'll get the 5 trying to.
Oh, here comes the Sludge Bomb. And
Yeah.
this Azumarill is gonna go down to the red, gets off an Ice Beam.
And the Tropius is still in the back, and an entire third Pokemon.
Yeah. He shields. I would have let it go probably.
I'd let it go too.
Let the third Pokemon just take out the Azumarill.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is what happens when you let someone go on a 6-game winning streak in their first run. They're so confident after that they just use Chansey in the game.
Oh no.
TeeZee was just thinking, well, they couldn't beat any of my good Pokemon, so I'm just gonna run Chansey. And that was his whole strat. Man, at least that was a fun game to watch. And now
that was interesting, and now I know that Tropius can tank a Hyper from Chansey. That was awesome.
Everything can tank everything from Chansey. It's got like a attack set. Yeah, we're gonna be showing Hal screen instead of Toya for the same reason as. But yeah, Tim, Toshi has a higher attack set than Chansey, so you know.
Oh yeah. Okay, got it.
Everything can tank everything from Chansey, because there's nothing there.
Yeah. Okay, so
SigmaToya
has
Hunters be tanky.
So SigmaToya has 1 point on their run. Yeah.
And Toya will have a pretty good chance if every opponent uses Chansey. So let's hope they do.
Oh gosh. Okay, so what is Hal gonna?
Let's see here. Oh, that's a good point. Right. The thing is, as King's mentioning, SigmaToya, if he's gonna have to sweep the entire rest of the game, and if he gets through Aaron, he'll be facing TeeZee tied in points. You know, if he beats Hal, beats Caleb, beats Nico, and beats Aaron, then it'll be SigmaToya against TeeZee, both with 5 points, and so the winner of that will end up winning. So SigmaToya needs to win the next 5 games in a row, get all the way through TeeZee to have any shot. So.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to see that happen.
Me too. I want to see this go as close as it can, because if SigmaToya loses here, it's mostly over. I don't think anyone else can catch up to TeeZee. No one else has points, so SigmaToya needs to sweep the rest of the rest.
Okay, so Hal's opting for Charm Lead, Toxicroak, and Azumarill in the back.
Now, if he sees a Steel lead, he's got that Azumarill as a safe swap, but it's I don't.
It's a close match, but yeah, I agree. Alolan Marowak.
Now, this matchup we're very comfortable with from Rose. It's a win for Wigglytuff, it's a win for Marowak. But if Marowak doesn't shield anything, and Wigglytuff does shield, it can pull this out, because the resisted charms and the play rough, they do chunk. So
Alolan Marowak has 3 bone. Yeah, because the Shadow Ball is going to be resisted, so he doesn't want to resisted. Yeah.
So in this matchup, Marowak needs to land 3 Bone Clubs, and if the Wigglytuff lands a play rough here, and then shields the next Bone Club, he can still win. if there's no shield. Marowak's going to have to shield this because he knows that play rough, he'll lose. He's going to shield here. No
shield.
No shield. All right.
Oh my gosh. I'd shield just to take switch advantage, right? I'd shield to take switch advantage.
Yeah, exactly. I'd shield here too. Play rough would have KO'd.
Yeah. But I guess he wanted to take the shield if that was the case. Oh, here comes the Skarmory. Now comes the
with the shield
Azumarill.
advantage, Skarmory beats Azumarill.
Right.
If everyone invested. So this is a pretty good position for SigmaToya to be in. At a shield advantage because there's no counter in the back for the Skarmory.
Comes the Sky Attack.
And there's no Ice Beam on this Azumarill, which is going to make it trickier because if he shields this Hydro, then it's a really bad place for the to be, and I assume he probably will.
Yeah, most definitely he has to shield the Hydro Pump.
No neutral, low energy move on the Azumarill. That's why I love Ice Beam Hydro Pump much, because he is no option other than all the way up to another Hydro Pump.
Yeah.
He doesn't get there. No, I think at this point, he'll get to another Sky type.
Or
okay.
Got to the Hydro Pump.
Again, Skarmory can just very easily just shield here. It can, and then it'll have a Sky Tag in the back and a whole other. So this is over. Unless the third poke, but even still, I think he's now 2 air slashes ahead on energy, which means he'll be, I think, 2 or 3 away from the next Sky Attack, and he'll get there. One more, and then he's there.
And there's a Sky Attack.
Let's go.
That's
Yep.
Yeah.
He put it perfectly. You overfarm by 2, and then you're 3 away from and that was.
Yeah. Had he not farmed, that Toxicroak probably would have countered down.
Could have farmed
the
down.
Skarmory.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was a very good example when you're in a winning matchup and you know you have the matchup and you know they won't get to another charge move. Once he saw the Hydro Bump, he knew that Azumarill was at least 5 bubbles away from an Ice Beam if he had it at all. So you know count and you can wait until the Azumarill does the 5th bubble to use your move. And that way you have energy in the back, which is exactly how you play that. A lot of people make the mistake of using once they get it and not realizing that they can get another move in the back if they overfarm to the point of their opponent's next charge move, which is really how you want to play that.
Yeah, so, I agree. This is a textbook example of knowing when to count and knowing that the count is important to win the match.
And it's an easy Pokemon to count because bubble is very, very clear. And the number of bubbles is so easy to know where your next charge move is. It's 5 to a Ice Beam, 6 to a Play Rough, 7 to a Hydro Pump. So if the Azumarill lands a Hydro Pump and there are only 8 bubbles in, you know that it'll take a while to get to the next move, and you can overfarm accordingly.
Yeah.
So excellent play there by SigmaToya to count and to know exactly how much you could overfarm, and he had that in the back. He got to the next Sky Attack so quickly again.
All right, Caleb leading the Lantern.
Man. SigmaToya is getting these leads, man.
Oh my gosh.
Great position to be in because there's no option. There's nothing to do here.
Yeah, I wouldn't switch to Charizard.
You can't. No, you just stay in, honestly.
Yeah.
You stay in.
Try to land the Hydro Pump.
Stack the Lantern, bring in the Venusaur, and just hope you can 2-1 in the back because there's no play here.
Yeah.
See, now the only
now he hard switches. Yeah.
The only counter's gone. Quagsire goes out, and there's nothing to beat Quagsire in the back.
Oh, here comes the Noctowl for the.
Yeah, this is over.
There's nothing.
that
Caleb could do now.
No, you really need to. You really can't switch into your only counter for something because then they just get out of it, and this Quagsire in the back will just sweep.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing at all here that can stop the Quagsire in the back. So.
Now, if I was SigmaToya, I would let the Noctowl go down super low so that Lantern can't farm that much. Nope.
But again, even
opted to just knock it out.
It has a shield advantage. You got a in the back.
Yeah.
If I was Caleb, I would have just sacked the Lantern. Knew I had a really dominant matchup in the back, and hoped that the Venusaur and the Charizard together could 2-1 something. Once the Venusaur comes in, the Quagsire is basically gone. So, assuming you know that, you'd have to just hope that Charizard had some sort of positive matchup in the back, and that was really the only play.
Oh, good switch
Alright.
on
I
to
like that. I like
anticipate
that
the
a lot
wing
because now that he
attack.
knows that the Charizard has a Blast Burn, that's his only opportunity to beat the
Oh, and a Alolan Muck.
Alright.
So now he has to get rid of the shields, throwing the Thunderbolt.
He knows he needs to double Blast Burn that Quagsire, or at least land a Blast Burn. So, but he's got a shield disadvantage. Significant.
No shields on the Lantern. This Lantern is going down.
The Muck will
And
have
now-
to use his energy on this.
Yeah.
On this Muck. I don't think the Dragon Claw is going to KO even with no shield, but he will shield the Blast.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll just let Quagsire. No, he shielded. So that was a good. And now he's going to double Dragon Claw. But honestly, at this point, the Muck's already at a Dark Pulse.
Right. I think
Yeah.
SigmaToya got this match.
Yeah. So wow, that is 4 wins for SigmaToya. He now has 3 points, and we're going into. So if he beats Nico and beats Aaron, then he'll have 5 points to go against TeeZee in the back.
I can't believe he called the lead. That was great. Oh my god, that was a good pick.
And that's a lesson in team building.
Yeah.
You lead a Pokemon that has a hard counter. Like if you lead a weak to ground, you can't have a second Pokemon in the back that also loses to it. Because any of the Bug Boys in the lead, and that game is an auto loss.
Mm-hmm.
I typically like to build my teams where I have a soft and a hard check for whatever counters my lead. Mm-hmm. So if I hard lose the lead, I have an option, you know?
Yeah.
The way that Caleb built that team, if he lost the lead, there was no play.
Yeah.
So you really need to be able to have a soft option to protect your lead. He had the hard option. He had the Venusaur to hard counter the Bud Boys, but no soft check, which is ultimately lost in that game.
So it looks like Nico is. It looks like Nico is also trying to turn. Maybe he can learn from Caleb's mistake and bring in,
is he really
the two counters for. Yeah.
So yeah, with the team he has right now, there's no answer to a Mud Boy at all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if he locks in the Venusaur here, what he's doing is he has a soft check in Swampert, and never mind.
Well, I mean, if he encounters a grass lead, this is a big for his team.
If he encounters a grass lead, he's in trouble, and if he encounters Mud Boy, you might think that SigmaToya just can't bring another Mud Boy, but he can. I mean, there are 3 of them.
Yeah. Well, what does SigmaToya use? He's used Quagsire. Swampert.
The team he locked in right now. If SigmaToya leads another Mud Boy, this is because he's got no soft check from him. So Whiscaster Swampert.
Shiftry. Oh, grass.
Shiftry. There's nothing
no,
here.
That's it.
There's literally nothing here. This is over. This is over for
No,
Lucian.
there's nothing he can do, right? Like,
nothing at all.
He switches to Alola Marowak, counter switches.
No, Shiftry beats Alola Marowak. So,
yeah, but
he probably wouldn't stay in, but yeah.
I wouldn't stay in. I'd switch out.
I would switch out.
You're gifting.
I probably would have stayed in foul play, but yeah.
Skunk Tank. So this Bone Club, right? This Bone Club is super effective, but because Bone Club's, it takes a shield. Because Bone Club is such a terrible offensive move, it's not going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here comes the crunch. They're just going to trade shields for now, right?
Yeah, the thing is, Shiftry has energy attack, and 1 foul play beats Marowak from here. So you can't just trade shield and win switch advantage, because if you use both of your shields, then Shiftry sweeps in the end.
Yeah.
Like, he can't shield this. He just can't, because then Shiftry comes in and auto beats it. He has to let this go, and there's just
farm
no answer for Shiftry anymore.
Can Swampert farm here?
No.
No.
Once you see the Swampert, just go into Shiftry. The shield clock should be up by now.
Well, do some damage here, right? Just do some damage to the Swampert.
The Shift
And
Tree has energy, so shield whatever it uses, and then Leaf Blade, and that's just
yeah. Oh, that shift tree.
It's just a lesson in team building where you can't.
Yeah, you just blindly use.
I'd imagine that this is going to be a Shift Tree and it's going to be shielded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
2 hydro cannons.
it's still. It looked like Shift Tree switch out. It
So
looked like
this
Shift
is
Tree
going to
switched
hurt.
out. Yeah, switch. Yeah.
Oh.
Shift Tree switched out there at the end. He figured he would just eat the next move on. That was very smart.
So okay, so he brought in the shift tree, swapped out after the first hydro cannon.
And the thing is, Shift Tree has 2 moves right now.
And now
Shift Tree has
Alolan
2
Raichu
charge moves.
does Alolan Raichu has a charge move here, right? Yeah.
Yes,
This is
you definitely have to get. You can't shield here. You absolutely can't shield here.
wild charge. Oh.
Yeah. The thing is, though, Shift Tree had at least 2 Leaf Blades in the back because it gets there in 3 snarls.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Yeah, there's no way that Lantern was going to win.
Shift Tree had enough energy to tank a Thunderbolt. It was still in the green. So there was no. I thought it shielded it.
The shift tree
Yeah,
took a hydro cannon and then switched out. Yeah.
So the Shift Tree could have tanked a. So what he did there was he just wanted to get rid of all Sumper's energy. He knew the Shift Tree could sweep in the back if he took the damage on Raichu, and then had double Leaf Blade in the back to just off. So
yeah,
extremely well played there by SigmaToya, and just not fantastic team building with no hard counter to your lead. We've seen that now 2 games in a row. And now if Hatred has a better answer to a lost lead. Because what we saw with Caleb and with Nico, that they had no answer if they lost the lead, and they both lost the lead, and it ended up being. So let's see if Hatred now does a better job at having a safe switch.
Okay, so big matchup here. SigmaToya has to beat Aaron. Oh man.
He has to. If he beats Aaron, then it'll be 5-5 SigmaToya against TeeZee in an epic finale.
So Scotty, what is it? Yeah, Scott Lennon just asked, "What happens if Hatred wins?" Don't know. We're just gonna play it out. It's over. Yeah, if Hatred wins, then TeeZee Spence would win the King of the Hill.
Yep.
Oh,
right.
Okay. So, Kanto Muck versus Sableye.
I think Sableye wins this because Muck doesn't have. Oh wait, this is not really Dark Pulse.
Yeah, this is the Thunder Punch.
Well, no, Thunder Punch is, but usually Thunder Punch and then Dark Pulse. Is that an Acid Spray or a Sludge? I don't know what the third.
I can't tell. Oh, it's an Acid Spray.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if this does not, Sableye shouldn't shield this because Sableye, there's no move on Muck that can beat Sableye.
And he got the shield.
Wow,
Acid Spray shield. And he got the Thunder Punch.
That is
huge.
My god. Double spray, I'd imagine.
No shield.
That went as well as Muck could possibly hope it to go.
Yeah.
That went beautifully for Muck.
Then farm down with the Dragon Breath.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
The thing is, I would never shield a Sableye into a Muck because the best nuke that Muck has is Dark Pulse, which Sableye can easily tank a Thunder Punch, so there's really no shield pressure. I was shocked that he shielded that, but so.
Oh, that Bronzong is gonna take out the Kingdra.
And he probably needs the debuff and the shield, to be honest with you. But again, there's no shield pressure because Outrage is
Octazooka. Oh, he got the debuff on the Octazooka.
All right.
And then counter. Okay, so Blaziken has to shield.
What I would do right now is I would switch up on. You know Bronzong can win in the back if it doesn't have the debuff. So just switch it out right now. Yeah, and reset. Oh, and this is over.
Oh, Mantine.
Both
This
of
match is
Mantine's
pretty much
fast
over.
are going to. So wow, this is another win for SigmaToya. And now it is 5-5. We're going to get that epic finale. We were saying half an hour ago that TeeZee had it. It was over. 0 points. And SigmaToya then wins 6 games in a row. And now it is 5-5. That is fantastic.
This is amazing.
He got some lucky lead wins, but at the same time, he played them out perfectly. He overcharged perfectly. He farmed. He did everything he needed to do. And
he got the right team comps. This was
The thing is, when you lose the lead, you need your opponent to mess up somewhere, and SigmaToya just didn't mess up whenever he won the lead. So he gave his opponent no play in the back, and these are dominating wins right now. He's winning these games by a lot. So now it is 5-5 in a epic finale. SigmaToya against TeeZee. The winner of this will be King of the Hill. I wonder right now if TeeZee is regretting using a Chansey in his last opportunity against SigmaToya, because he gave SigmaToya his first point running a Chansey just for the fun of it, and at this point, if he loses, this is
this is like, you can't just write this up, right? You can't script this any better.
Epic. The thing is though, if SigmaToya has all the cards in his basket, because if TeeZee wins, you don't get a point as a challenger. TeeZee would need to win and then win again as the king.
Well, even if TeeZee wins, okay, yeah. If SigmaToya wins, then it's over. If TeeZee wins, I agree. He has to play Hal in order to. TeeZee has to play Hal in order to basically claim the victory of King of the Hill.
If TeeZee loses the Hal, how do you want to play it from then on? Because there's no reason to just have Hal play it out.
Ah, that's true. Well, then we just gotta hope that SigmaToya wins. Yeah.
All right,
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so
Whoever.
So
basically. Yeah. Okay.
So basically, if SigmaToya wins, oh wow, and that seems to get a lot of hype. So then
we'll cross that bridge. We'll get there when we cross that bridge.
If SigmaToya wins here, it's over, and if TeeZee wins, it'll be interesting to see how we want to play it out. A double elimination, the way that would work is that someone would have to win 2 games in a row, right? So that could take a while to just split wins. All right, so it's
wow.
So
okay.
This is a good matchup for SigmaToya right here in the back. And I didn't see what TeeZee locked in, but he must not have an answer because
he's
Lugia can just eat these Hydro Cannons. It can eat these pretty hard. This is an easy win for Lugia in I think all shield scenarios. I think all shield
scenarios. But I mean, Swampert has a Sludge Wave. Does that change things?
No, it doesn't. Hydro Cannon is more energy efficient than Sludge Wave. I don't think there's any reason to ever.
Okay.
I don't think there's any reason to ever run. The thing is, though.
Well, I mean, you probably land the Sludge Wave at the very end because it's like in raw damage, it's a little bit more. He switches out to Frostlass. To a Haunter. Oh no!
This is very hard.
That was the hard.
At this point, you match shield. You can almost just farm it down. Yeah, there's no play.
Just farm it down and
now.
Well, he didn't need to throw. He didn't need to throw this Shadow Punch.
He'll burn both shields on Shadow Punches. He'll get to the next Shadow Punch before.
Oh, there's no shields on the Haunter.
Oh, okay. I thought Hunter would get to a double Shadow Punch. Okay, interesting.
No. Okay, so the
Alright,
Haunter's
and
gown
now let's see what he has in the back for Frostlass.
for the
Frostlass
Frostlass.
is now out of energy and it's a glassy Pokemon, so anything with a neutral fast move should be able to farm this down. He's bringing
No,
Lugia back
comes in
out.
with
So
Lugia.
there's no shield. I guess now that he can bring in
And then
Azumarill,
comes in with the Azumarill.
yeah, which is a much stronger play. So I guess he was comfortable with Frostlass just resetting the switch clock, and then he's just gonna let Azumarill just farm this and hope that Swampert in the back can counter whatever SigmaToya's the Pokemon is.
Yeah.
Because Azumarill is so tanky and the Dragon Tails are double resisted, this is going to play out similarly to how the Altaria Azumarill matchup plays out, where you need to land 3 Sky attacks. So let's see what SigmaToya has in the back.
A Vigoroth.
Honestly,
Oh no.
TeeZee might have out because Vigoroth needs to land like, yeah, this is a. I'm shocked that he didn't shield. Yeah. Oh no, he was out of shield. Never mind. So yeah. So this game was lost on SigmaToya shielding the Hydro Cannon because he needed those shields in the back.
Yeah, he needed those shields for the Haunter.
Yeah, and now this is over. So excellent play by TeeZee to come back from a lost lead. That Frostlass ended up once he drew the shield on, and he had an advantage. That Frostlass really flipped the match.
Yeah.
All right, so now SigmaToya's reign is done. We need to figure out how to play this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is SigmaToya and TeeZee are going to play a best of 5 all unique. So well, if you can't use any Pokemon double, so if we go to a 5th game, it'll be really interesting to see what they end up using. And
Wait, do we count?
Oh!
Did we count that last match?
No, I'd probably not, right?
Oh, okay, so starting fresh, best of 5, all unique.
All unique, starting fresh right now. So starting fresh. So they can use any Pokemon now, and if they get to the 5th game, we'll be seeing a lot of spice because for the first time they'll both be digging deep into their reserves. In the past, only the King had to do that, but now they're going to both. It's almost like a Nuzlocke in a way, where once you get towards the end, you need to really strategize. I've talked to Arrow a lot about Nuzlocke. He loved Nuzlocke. He was saying that you don't want to use all of one type early on, because then you can just be walled in the back. He was doing a Nuzlocke against somebody, and they saved all their steals for the end, and he had no early on. So you're gonna want to stagger different types. You're gonna want to make sure you save one Mudboy, one Grass Pokemon, one Tank for the back, so that you have coverage for whatever comes up. So you're not gonna wanna use all of one type early on.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Make sure to vary your teams as much as possible in the beginning, and make sure you have different categories to fill throughout 5 games.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. You probably don't want to go double steal, right?
You don't want to double because you want to have you want to make sure you have one of each in the back. So I'd imagine you're going to see very cookie cutter teams where you have one Flyer, one Mudboy, one Steel, or one Flyer, one Grass, one Mudboy, because you have there are 4 viable of each set, and you're going to want to make sure you have one of each to counter whatever they have in the back.
Okay.
In my opinion. So let's get some hype in the chat for this best of 5 tiebreaker. This could not have. We have a tie at the end, and we're gonna have a tiebreaker.
Did you notice the Instinct teams at the end? Also, come on, that's kind of great.
Wow, Instinct coming out hard. I don't want any more of this Instinct propaganda. Okay, no more of it.
I mean, talk to King. He set up all the players.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, here we go.
So let's get the hype in the chat here for this best of 5.
Altaria. Oh.
So a big win for TeeZee there.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Switching to Altaria.
Now hopefully this is not his only counter to Lapras, because this is not going. Toxic is not going to last very long.
Sludge Bomb brings Altaria to the
Altaria
yellow.
can reliably take, and then it can just Sky Attack. And if Toxic was the only answer, he's undercharging to try and bet. He knows Toxic is nowhere. Oh no, that was too much.
Oh, that didn't even matter. Toxic just fainted anyways.
Yeah.
Here comes
now, the thing is now that the Altaria SigmaToya can just farm down, because he won't get another charge move, and now he hasn't.
There's nothing here that Lapras can do, or there's nothing here that Altaria can do to Lapras.
No, there is actually, because Altaria is so good that with an energy advantage, it can actually hurt, because the Dragon Breath and the Sky Attacks will chunk.
Okay.
So this Altaria will get to another charge move. No, actually, if it didn't shield that, it probably won't. But what's in the back?
So here comes the Surf to the Alolan Raichu.
Interesting.
Okay.
Now Raichu wins this even shields, but down a shield. It's so glassy that the counters are adding up, and Body Slam will chunk. Raichu's gonna lose this. All the Big Rock can just double shield and counter down. There's no reason to ever use another charge move. The Raichu had to shield that. The Big Rock has 2 shields, just double shield and counter down it.
Prime example, don't throw the charge move, right?
Right.
Counter down. Yeah.
Now shield again. No reason. If Big Rock uses a move here, it's a misplay. There's no reason to use a move. Just counter down. And it looks like he's So clearly knew that win condition pretty well.
All right.
And one Body Slam and Ozo. So very well played there by TeeZee. And that's 1-0 TeeZee, and they can't use any of those Pokemon again. So TeeZee is now out of Lapras. They're both out of Altaria, which is interesting. Because now this is where the mind games come in. Now that no Altaria is gone, suddenly Grass Pokemon look better, Because now one of the arguably the best counter to like a Meganium is now gone. Mm-hmm. So that's how in these best of 5 she'll be thinking a lot more. Now, if one of them uses Skarmory here, I can almost guarantee you in Game 3 the Grass Pokemon, because Grass Pokemon are so dominant in a meta with no Skarmory and no Altaria. So I am interested to see if these competitors use the same mindset that I'm going through in my head right now, trying to think if you can get rid of the Flyers early on. The Grass Pokemon will see a lot more play in the later round.
So let's see what TeeZee is going to go.
Whiscash
and Frostlass.
And he loves that Frostlass.
Yeah, I wonder what he's trying to catch.
Frostlass is a fine Pokemon, but also easily hard countered, and it's pretty frail.
Yeah.
So,
but it looks like his entire team is weak to Shiftry. Maybe.
Deoxys is fine against Shiftry. His entire team is weak to Venusaur, to be honest. The Venusaur is a speed tie, is a CMB tie with Frostlass, and
Swampert. So the counter damage is going to add up. Okay, switches to Whiscash. Not going to switch out.
This. So what I'm seeing here now is SigmaToya has no Grass Pokemon, because obviously he would have switched out immediately. So he knows Swampert will win this head-to-head, probably has a better Deoxys counter in the back, and knows that Swampert can win this even shields and then reset the clock and have a hard counter for Deoxys to win switch advantage. That's what I'm seeing. Oh, wait. Okay.
Oh, switches to Medicham.
All right.
So Medicham throwing in the counters. This has got to be a power-up punch. That was pretty quick.
It was like 3 counters.
So these counters are going to hurt and add up together.
At this point, he knows he can just farm down. Because Whiscash is a very strong Pokemon, but it's got no hard nukes. Nothing that one-hit KO Medicham. So there's no shield pressure, and he can just farm down. And he'll have a Psychic or an Ice Punch or whatever second charge move is in the back. The thing is, the Deoxys can eat Medicham's charge moves pretty well. So whatever this is, even an Ice Punch with no stab, not super effective, it won't do any damage. So, but if I was TeeZee here, I would just use Deoxys as like a sponge to eat these charge moves, and then
Oh,
come down.
Psychic.
That did no
Oh,
damage.
no.
Don't use a move here. Just farm all the way down.
Farm all the way down, yeah.
All the way down. Whatever this is, you'll have 2 Rock Slides in the back. Swampert is a little low in energy, even though these are all going to be resisted. He can still double Rock Slide, will beat Swampert. Oh, I see this. Nothing. There's no play here. I'm surprised he switched into a Metacham, knowing how hard countered it was in the back with that moveset. Because now he's got 2 Rock Slides for whatever comes next. And these are going to be resisted by Swampert, but
but the damage is going. Yeah, the damage is going to add up. Oh, he shields the first Rock Slide.
Shield, and then another one.
Trying to preserve the health on the Swamp, but yeah.
Again, I love using shield tendencies to guess what happens in the back. Because like Kieng mentioned, he might have a to Deoxys in the back if he's shielding the Swamp that aggressively. So I wonder now what he has, because if it is a Registeal in the back, then SigmaToya can win this, because Registeal is a pretty hard counter to Frostlass.
Yeah.
It can tank 2 Shadow Balls. So
and it's a Skarmory. So Frostlass going for the Avalanche. Oh, brings the Skarmory down to yellow. Not even a shield.
A situation where I would not have shielded Swamp, because Skarmory in the back can pretty comfortably beat Deoxys and Frostlass with a shield advantage if he didn't shield the Swampert. But he's going to have to double up on Skydeck. He probably has 2, to be honest. He's farmed a lot. He'll probably win the race.
Oh, he went for the Flash Cannon.
Oh, real? What?
Oh, why would you do that?
That lost the game. He had a...
Okay, so Swampert has to get to the Hydro Cannon. 3. No. Oh.
The thing is, once I saw the Flash Cannon from Skarmory, I would recharge the Frostlass, right? Because you can count Flash Cannon 65 energy. So Skarmory can't double. And Skydeck's 45. So the 2 combined require 110 energy. So what I would have done is counted out 2 more Air Slashes before using the Avalanche, so that I had an extra 2 Powder Snows towards the next Avalanche.
Yeah, because you didn't know how much. Well, I don't know. Maybe he was keeping track of the health of the Swampert, right? But it was very
risky. It's so hard to count mud shots. I've lost so many games thinking a Swampert. Oh, it just used another Hydro Cannon earlier. It doesn't have another move, and it had another move.
Yeah.
So. All right. So is that now 1-1? I forgot who won the first game. All right. So it's 1-1. So.
No, TeeZee Spence won the first game.
So, okay, TeeZee's winning now 2-0. 2-0 TeeZee. And
2-0 TeeZee Spence. And he needs 1 more to seal the victory?
Yep.
Okay. Unless SigmaToya can go on another 3-0 run. That'd be interesting.
We've learned we can't count him out, so, SigmaToya can definitely go on a run here.
So TeeZee Spence probably going to come in with that Registeal, right? Try to get that for sure win.
I think at this point, it's single elimination for SigmaToya. We're gonna see him throw everything at the wall, because he's got to. You have to just think, win 1 game at a time here, and just make sure you have your best Pokemon to win this next game, because you're not gonna get another one if you.
Okay.
You're right though.
So TeeZee Spence.
He did bring the Registeal.
Yeah, TeeZee Spence, Meganium, Registeal, pretty strong battle league. So, he's hoping to take this last match.
Let's see what SigmaToya has up sleeve here. He knows now 1 loss and it's over. The suspense. Is obviously thinking about it, seeing pretty hard. He knows he's got only 1 more shot at this.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
All right, so it's going to be a Meganium against
Meganium to the Tropius.
All right,
Oh no!
SigmaToya wins the lead. And we're gonna see the Umbreon come in here as a safe swap. No, yeah, we are. Okay, good. So it's TeeZee used to see safe swap. And
Tropius is opting to
Tropius
not
has
switch
to,
out.
even if Tropius, even if there's a hard counter for Umbreon in the back, he knows he needs to match up this Tropius against the.
Well,
against
there's not a lot of
Meganium.
options, right? Because he already used up the Skarmory, he already used up the Altaria. So I don't think he would bring double flyers at this point. He has to switch out the Tropius.
He's gotta save the Tropius for the
Yeah.
for the Meganium.
Unless he brought in an ice counter.
Yeah, there's just or Charizard, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. The fact that he's staying in tells me he's got nothing else to beat Umbreon. So he might have an Alolan Marowak, he might have a Honk, or maybe a Hypno. He's got
Skunk Tank.
I would have gone to Skunk Tank immediately. I guess his play here is now to farm down and have a flamethrower or a sludge bomb from the Meganium. But there's no, you shouldn't ever need to use a charge move on a Meganium, and you know you have that.
No, he switches it out. Now he's got to use the flamethrower. Expecting a shield out here.
No reason to switch out. No reason to.
Yeah. Can he switch out?
Now SigmaToya has all the play. He knows that he can save the Tropius in the back for the Meganium. He can dictate switch advantage, and he can just chunk it. Unless his third Pokemon is a hard loss to Registeel, he can jump.
Yeah, here comes another flamethrower.
Yeah.
Registeel, oh man, such a tank.
The only option is if the third Pokemon on SigmaToya's end is a hard loss to Registeel. Even then, it's on the red already. And Meganium is such a hard loss to Tropius, even if it was like in the yellow, which is not. There's no reason to.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's an Alolan Marowak. Wow, he brought in like 3 counters of grass. Amazing. Yeah. Oh.
But he's got.
Oh, that's right. So he switched in the Tropius, and now the Tropius locked in.
What's his third
Registeel, Alolan Marowak.
It's gonna take a Alolan Marowak, right? Okay.
Yeah. So this Flash Cannon is going to do a lot of damage.
This okay.
Yeah.
But now the thing is that,
and now the Alolan Marowak is gonna farm.
Has too much.
Yeah, he has a shield, so he
has to. The thing is that Earthquake doesn't KO, so he's gonna get to it. You gotta get to an Earthquake, and Earthquake will not KO.
The Earthquake does not knock out the Marowak?
Not KO.
No way.
It does not KO. It does like 75%.
That looks like 75% right there. He has to shield this. This
will be a Bone Club, for sure. And I don't know.
No, the Earthquake has to KO at this range.
Oh, okay, yeah. It might KO.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh wow! Oh my god, that was way closer than it's been. That was way closer. Oh my god!
I don't understand.
Oh my god!
Wow.
That was.
Wow, that was fantastic play by TeeZee. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The thing is, though, man, it's hard when you're in the you know. But I feel like when you win the lead so hard, and you see the Umbreon switch in, immediate switch into Skunk Tank, and the match is over. You gotta, you need to preserve the matchup, and you needed to preserve the full health on.
Even then, SigmaToya had a chance to win, right?
He had a counter for everything in the back, and he won the lead.
Exactly. Yeah. Because what did he locked in the Tropius. I think that was the play.
That was a bad play. The thing is, you win the lead that hard. You see the Umbreon, you come in with Skunk Tank, and the game's over. You've got Tropius against Meganium in the back, and Marowak against Registeel in the back again. So the fact that I feel like
Yeah.
There was just.
Mm.
I feel like if
That was
Toy went
that
right
was
into
good though.
tank again, it's hard. It's easy shoutcasting to find the conditions when it's harder in the heat of the moment. But I feel like that was a pretty clear win for SigmaToya if he just went straight into Scrum Tank. There was no win condition
Right.
after that.
Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm muted. Oh, I forgot. The Umbreon's flying swapped.
Say that again.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Well, those battles are always intense if I have face SigmaToya. He's my partner, my team. He's my partner of entire life of Pokemon PvP. So it's like a final every match that I have to face him.
For sure.
Well, this was a pretty great experience to me because this was the first time that I participate in a live with you, of course, with all top players, showcasting by Toshi, but Mad Magician, and absolutely, I would love to join if you invite me one more time because this experience is pretty good and it's so good to join us to join you because well it's pretty tough but most likely it's so good to participate with all the people that personally I don't know, but of course I would love to meet someday with all the people of this community.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
super impressive. Obviously, where you beat the entire field, and then you beat the best of five against SigmaToya. That's was a really incredible. Walk us through that last match.
Well, the last match, I was thinking that he had a hard counter to my Meganium because when he stayed with Tropius, I knew because I know how he plays
Yep.
that he was going to my shields or my energy because one of the tactics that he used is that he switched after the opponent spent the energy. So I was trying to avoid to be in that position because I knew that my Umbro, even if he had low health, he could help me to force a shield because he's pretty bulky. And of course, I knew that if I could burn the last shield, my Meganium could have a chance, even if I had to eat a shadow like I had to eat. But because Earthquake is so critical, even if the Earthquake is stuff, I knew that only that the will be my my last call, my win. So
Right.
all in and
Incredible,
it worked.
incredible. Like I think the
That was a
three of us thought it was
fantastic
over.
match.
We thought it
Yeah,
was
for
over.
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
but you played it very well. Read your opponent really well, and obviously SigmaToya went on a super impressive run as well. Picking up like 6 wins in a row is
Yep.
pretty crazy, right? Especially in this format against really strong competitors. So,
Yeah.
really great job.
Let me ask you a question. What was going through your head when you picked that Chansey team?
Because most likely I built a Chansey to use and in the last cup, not the toxic, the last one. I
Right,
forgot
right,
Oh, the
yeah.
Rose Cup.
the Rose Cup. Yeah, I built that because I like to use spicy picks in all my tournaments. I used Omanite in Fusion. I used Chansey in Rose Cup, and I used Chansey one more time in Toxic. So, well, nobody knows the matchups with Chansey. because everyone underestimates how she resists every move. And one thing that Chansey can make is force shield or force a swap because the opponent starts to get mad because the Chansey is not dying. So even even if my bait gets like one to reach one more time the hyper beam, I knew that if I can land the hyper, every match is close. And you saw that against Tropius, one of the bulkiest Pokemon in race, it was pretty close. But my mistake was force last up in because I gave to Santiago the switch and the shield in the shield advantage. So that was my mistake. The call that I had to do was stay with Chansey, let her die. Probably she could slap Tropius to the end, but the call right there, uh, join with Asuma and start to farm to have energy advantage even against the Toxie or the other Pokemon that I couldn't stop. But that was my mistake. My mistake was not send the Chansey. Chansey did the job, but my
no,
mistake
definitely
was
did pretty
the
well.
swap.
We were
So
all very excited to see the Hyper Beam land too.
Yeah. And the thing about Chansey is that nobody knows that Chansey, if you run with Sen Headbutt, she can beat Toxie in 0 and 2 because
oh,
even if Toxie has dynamic punch, she can resist two dynamic punch and she's still alive. So that's why
Wow.
the those calls was clutch to me to build a team around in the rows and nothing.
so are you going to bring Chansey in Voyager?
Well, I have to check because now the you can use all the meta,
Yeah.
obviously with the restrictions. So Chansey will has a hard time against Reggie, Bast, Tropius, Azuma, but that's why Chansey is not the best option in a full format. But with the restrictions, like in Toxic or like in Rock, it's viable. That's why Chansey was the rank 23, I think, in Toxic because she even if she lose a lot of matchups, the clutch matchups against the meta like Golbat, like Toxic in Rose in Toxic and against Alolan Marowak in Voyager was a victory. So that's why Chansey, in the perfect situation,
Yeah.
Mm.
And I really like what you said. There's a big advantage to the fact that you know your matchups better than your opponent does, right? So like
yeah,
you know all
absolutely.
the win conditions for Chansey, and even if it's not like a great Pokemon, if you know your win conditions better than your opponent, you can play them just a little bit better. I think you probably got a lot of win playing it because your opponent didn't know how to play those matchups, which is
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why I like to play always trying to force the shields of my opponent because even if I have a bad lead or even if I don't have a good Pokemon, if I have the tools to make the right calls in the right, I can flip the matchup like in the third battle that I had with my.
Very good. Excellent. So just quickly to Aaron, since you've done both the Ultra League and Great League version, how did you compare and contrast them? Both watching as a competitor and competing and all that
But
stuff.
both were so much fun to be a part of. Quick shout out to TeeZee there for going on that crazy run at first and then winning at the end when he had to.
Thank
That was
you,
pretty
Aaron.
nice. And Montoya too. That was an awesome run. Reminded me of my run in the Ultra League. But I mean, I think the format's a great format. It's a lot of fun for people to try to battle and pick a bunch of, try to make teams on the fly. You might not be fully, prepared with because you have restrictions now and stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. Aaron, one thing I wanted to ask you, because I noted the whole time, and people didn't remain king for long because Ultra League is so much more restricted. There are a lot less depth. That once your top 5 Pokemon were eliminated, you couldn't really compete with someone who had a fresh team. Whereas in this one, we saw a lot more sustained runs because people have such deep Great League teams that even if you win 3, 4, 5 in a row, you still have strong meta Pokemon to keep bringing. So it's really interesting to see people go on sustained runs.
What was that last part? Sorry.
It was really interesting to see people go on more sustained runs in Great League because they had more Pokemon to pick from,
Yeah, well, in the Ultra League one, it was interesting because for me, it was like I have like 5 or 6 like Pokemon I know like really well in Ultra League that I'm very comfortable with. So it's like I'm not trying to use all of them at once, or like I'm trying to figure out if I could get 1 or 2. But in Great League, there's so many, and with all the skill ups,
Right.
you're comfortable with almost every Pokemon you've made. So it's
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is a lot more open in Great League, and it was just fun to be a part of, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel it's very contrasting strategies when you have 20 Pokemon to use as opposed to 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like for Ultra League, I have like 30 Pokemon made total, but in Great League, I have over like 100, and I pretty much almost used all of them because from Silph Cups, like that's why most of them would get powered up to begin with.
Agreed.
So it's like you have some sort of like I have like 20 Ultra League Pokemon I've made that I've just never even tried out yet. I just made it.
Yeah,
so it's like a lot less familiarity in Ultra League.
And we noted, like, in your 6-game winning streak, in your 7th game, you were still using meta Pokemon. So you weren't at that big of a disadvantage. You couldn't use, like, 18 Pokemon because, like you said, you have over 100 Great League Pokemon made. So, you were able to bring in strong teams game in and game out, which is, it's a lot different than Ultra League, the strategy that goes into this.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It would be interesting to see a Master League one. I couldn't do that. I don't have nearly enough made, but
we could try it. We could try it at some point. We'll see who can do it. Okay, and then
Master League.
Ntoshi, Mathematician, how's your experience casting? Thank you for shoutcasting. I think you guys did a tremendous job. Really good chemistry. But how was your experience casting these battles?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we saw some really great plays. It was really, really performances by all the competitors. It was, for me, I know Tim has probably a different experience because he shoutcasted both. For me, it was really interesting because I participated in the last one to shoutcast this one and just see it from a different perspective. A lot interesting to go through it as a onlooker instead of someone who's like trying to win games. So it was a lot of fun.
All right.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed the perspective of seeing the matches instead of being a part of them. So it's great. It's a great experience for me to shoutcast as much as I can.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you very much to all the competitors. Thank you to the shoutcasters, and thank you for everyone that tuned in. We are going to now host Alfredino, so really great.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks everyone in the chat, and thanks all the participants. It was fun.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you.